Welcome to the Hutts Hangout. Grab your blasters and blue milk because we're about to deep dive into the game where Hutts rule and three scoundrels drill. On this episode, we have Bones, Womprat, and myself. How you going, guys? How you going, Womprat?
Doing really good. I know we made the joke of earlier in the week where it's like, there's no news. But we all knew it was coming.
Fuck you, Bones. You jinxed it.
Yeah. It was like, we could have had a 1 hour special. It could have been done and dusted. Bones, you said it again.
I could have got some sleep. But as usual, I get proven wrong 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was like earlier in the week, the TikTok ad kind of gave away that we're definitely getting a kit today. Well, yesterday. We also know that they actually go on holiday as of the 18th.
Mm.
So this is the very last update until January. So it's not like we weren't aware that they needed to do an update today. Like on Monday, we know it's coming, and it was just like, shit. I haven't even written the bedtime story for a kit yet because I haven't seen the special moves.
Yeah.
So I haven't done the sarcastic bedtime story yet.
Yeah, and
As a side tangent, when does daylight savings end? When do I get my hour back and it's not 11 o'clock starts and it could be like a 10 o'clock start? When does that happen?
Do you want me to check for you? One sec.
It's fine. It'll be fucking like April or something stupid like that. It's still fucking ages away.
It just happened.
Because it's like got past summer. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you guys didn't do that in Australia.
I don't. Yeah, that's why it starts at 11 o'clock for me.
So
otherwise, it would be 10 o'clock.
In the UK, it's March.
Yeah, I thought it'd be about then.
Then
I think
the
that's about
USA
the same time as Australia as well.
Oh, the US is earlier than us this year. They do it on the 9th of March. We do it on the 30th.
Okay.
That makes
So
no sense. That makes no fucking sense at all.
A couple of days where we're just no idea. A couple of episodes, I mean.
I've ranted about this before. Just don't do it. Well, I don't know why it needs to be a thing for anyone in the entire world. I think we should all be on the same schedule. But just for some people in the world, 3 a.m. it's going to be daylight. For some people, 3 a.m. is going to be fucking in the middle of the night. I don't get it.
There is UTC. We have UTC time for that.
Well, we should all go by that. I don't know.
Yeah, nobody goes by it.
It's just
the only people that go by it is truck drivers. Because literally it means that everything's calibrated exactly the same.
Just like the idiots across the world who go by Celsius instead of Fahrenheit.
So, like, everywhere except for America.
Yes. Everyone who's not America are idiots. So, don't you know? Americans are the...
I have heard a joke. How many Americans does it take to change a light bulb?
How many?
None. The world revolves around the light bulb.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
This is the best place. Everybody sucks. You guys don't know how amazing we are? How humble and just fucking spectacular America is? Yeah. Visit us.
How you going, Bones?
Good. Tired. It's taken 2 weeks to recover from my 24-hour stream, but I'm back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a dumbass. I can never go to sleep on Fridays. So I'm always up late gaming with my kid. And so. As
an FYI, it was actually last week, not 2 weeks ago.
It feels like
it might feel like it was 2 weeks, but it was only last week.
It feels like it. I slept for 24 hours afterwards. I mean, I'm not kidding. 24 hours exactly. Got off at 8 a.m., went straight to sleep, woke up 8 a.m. right when my wife was going to work the very next day. I think she would wake me up with like food at random times, and I would just snarf it down and lay back down. But it was good. I had a great time. I can't wait to do it again someday down the future. What about you,
Yes.
Michael?
Alright,
How you doing, Mike?
I'm pretty good. I've had family, one of our second family Christmas lunch, dinner, party thing today. So I actually sat watching Shaka do his GAC for 8 hours while I cooked lunch and dinner. Literally started a roast and finished it, ate it in the time it took him to do his, 15 battles in GAC. It was
Holy
rather
fuck.
hilarious.
What took him 8 hours? Like, I've done that, but rarely.
Literally sat and talked for like an hour between each battle. It was
I love
funny.
him. He's great. He's one of those
Yeah.
few people I can watch for 8 hours.
Yeah.
I love Shaka.
Yeah. And like he's so good, like we were just hanging shit on him. Like literally I said to him, like, I'm gonna go off and start making a roast. What are the chances you're still gonna be going when I finish? And then like he got onto fleets and it was like there was like 10 minutes left on the roast and I was like it started as a joke, but this is has actually turned into reality. So
That's funny.
But yeah.
No, I saw the picture of your roast, man. You need to post that in the Three Scoundrels Discord. You'll get some love from people there.
Yeah. So we had roast beef, roast lamb, because lamb's obviously big in Australia, and then just a normal ham, like a honey baked ham sort of thing. So yeah, pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Ate too much.
Okay.
So
as long as
I had a nap.
much, that's what matters, isn't it?
I had to have a nap this after during Womp stream. I finally just stopped and then just like I needed to have a nap before we go into this, or I'll be the one asleep this week. But I'm good to go.
For some reason, Mike celebrates Christmas 3 months early. We're not sure why, but
it's just Australians are very busy doing work. We don't just shut down the country. Well, actually, we do. But yeah, trying to get all our families together around Christmas is difficult. So,
are you excited for Boxing Day?
Yes, because the cricket's on.
Who celebrates that? Is that a Canada thing? What is Boxing Day?
Day after Christmas.
It's everywhere.
It's not here.
Celebrates it, apart from the US.
Don't you have Boxing? Oh, really? They don't do it?
We don't do it.
Okay. Boxing Day sales? You don't do anything sale-wise?
I've only heard of it because when I used to look at calendars, it would say like Boxing Day in the corner. And that's the only reason I know what it is. And I knew that Canada did it. I thought it sounded very Canadian-ish, so I don't know if... So what does Boxing Day mean?
So I think how it kind of started was more, it was clearing out boxes from the day before. I think that's how it initially started, is it's all about like actually getting rid of the amount of boxes that you just suddenly gained.
So it's probably a thing where the US was like, all right, we're giving them enough days off. We're not giving them another one to clean out their boxes.
Yeah, pretty much.
They can do that in a couple hours. They don't need that.
But it's also the day that you have like all the leftovers from Christmas, and it's actually really fun. Really.
So Bodhi's been asking a bunch of questions. Bodhi, I have seen your pings. I have not, my friend. I've just woke up. He says, can't have lamb without mint sauce? Are you talking about like something that tastes like mint?
Yep, mint sauce.
Mint jelly.
And it tastes like mint?
Like the mint, the plant.
So like toothpaste.
No, that's more spearmint, I'd say.
I think whoever uses anything that tastes like toothpaste, aka mint, on anything is... I want to hear Avant talk about that, because I feel like that is just terrible.
No. But anyway, so, no, but, yes, we do have mint jelly, but I prefer doing, like, mint and rosemary, like, herb, like, on the actual lamb, and then that sort of, like, over the 3 or 4 hours it's in the barbecue, it sort of like steeps in, and
isn't there a religion that only eats lamb?
Don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't.
Just
I'm
giving the
not
poor after
really.
Christmas so they can share.
I'm not a religious person.
There we go. Essex has just explained it perfectly. Boxing Day is an old tradition of where the rich give to the poor after Christmas so that they can share what is boxed up with their families.
All right,
There you go.
I expect you two to be sending me some stuff in the mail.
Now, just remember, guys, something we need to point out, and this is one of the last times we'll have to do it. The GC today, do not do it until after the event comes out tonight. It is, I think it's 6 or 7 hours from now. Yeah, do not do it right now. It is changing after the next one, but we have got a complete 5 battles in, how many hours is it from now?
8 hours or something.
Something like that. 5 hours, 42 minutes. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That is the important thing to take away straight away, guys. Do not do GC yet.
So one more Boxing Day thing. I thought what Steve said in chat is what I thought. He says we all get the gloves on and get our grandma in the ring for a few rounds. That's all I could ever think about is like boxing.
Don't encourage him, Steve. Don't encourage him. You know full well he'll just be like, right, kids, here's the boxing gloves. Let's go a few rounds. And then his kids would beat him up. But that's not the point.
Oh, man. So I was laying down after dessert because, fucking ate too much. I had to lay down. My youngest daughter comes along and fucking just like that, your redemption thing, your channel redemption thing, where the guy's like, oh my God, he's killed him. It's the wrestling move. She literally come flying and fucking, she landed right on my stomach. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I was just like, oh, like, it was just, it winded me, and I'm like, I'm going to throw up. And I was like, oh.
Is this your wild child? Is this the wild child? I love hearing things with this kid. Yeah, it's the Stone Cold Stunner. And it's Jim Ross going, my God, they killed him!
Yeah. I'm like, checking, like, if I got internal bleeding. It's like, she's just, like, violent. And, like, of course, she's hyped up on bloody sugar, and because we, like, these sort of Christmas days, it's just like, we don't have any, like, major rules for the kids. Don't kill each other and don't drink any alcohol, and you're good, basically. So, yeah. They're a bit hyped up.
She's all hyped up on mint sauce.
Yeah. Yeah. She does like the lamb.
That sounds disgusting. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've ever had lamb. I don't think ever. So
it's massive here in Australia. It's like probably
lamb is beautiful.
I'd say it's probably our biggest export.
They're like the cutest.
I'd have to look into it.
They're just so cute. They're cuter than Bahramu. Anybody? Babe?
From Babe.
Yep.
Yep.
I love that movie. That'll do, pig.
Yep.
That'll do. All right. Enough talking about lamb and Mike's religions. So,
well, it is a bit of a funky religion.
His Boxing Day religion.
It is like our biggest, maybe not our biggest sporting event, never mind. There are probably bigger sporting events, but the Boxing Day cricket test down in Melbourne, they literally sell out the stadium with like 100,000 people sit and watch cricket all day in the hot sun and get absolutely smashed on the shitty beer down in Melbourne. But anyway.
Someday I'll gotta come hang out with you for Boxing Day. I will.
Okay.
That sounds like fun.
Well, when we started, Norelli redeemed the very important hut. So, just as a FYI, a little bit of info on that sort of situation. So, if you are wanting to redeem the very important hut, it does give you sort of like access along with the subscribers to come in after the podcast and sit and have a chat with us, and mainly we'll allow you to come back basically if you just hang a lot of shit on Bones. If you are really positive, that's also good because it counteracts bones. But yeah, to sort of get the best benefit out of it, you sort of have to be on our Hutts Hangout Discord, which is sort of in all the links in chat. And if you do need an extra link, just send me a message and I can send you the link. But yeah, we've had a couple people pop in the last few episodes, and it's been quite good. Yeah.
So any sort of torture is welcome in the VIP lounge.
Yeah.
Something that I'm going to be doing each time that we are in that room is I'll be making the thumbnail. It's going to get thrown in the chat, so you'll see the thumbnail for YouTube a little bit early, and I'll just be working on that during that time. So it's a time where you actually get a little bit of a sneak peek of something that is to come as well, just for being in there. So one of those.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the idea. I'm glad
we
I
just
came
talk
up with
shit.
it.
We just talk a lot of shit.
So hang on, is it just the same as the podcast?
It's not much different. there's no like preparation or. Well, Mike keeps tagging me in these prep things. I look at him and go, "Yeah, that's what I planned on doing. What are you talking about? Why are we writing it out?" But nothing different.
So we're all on the same page, Bones. That's the important part here.
I leave it up to you two to keep me on track, and then we're good from there.
Oh my God.
Bane says, "Can you imagine bringing Bones home around Boxing Day? It means he would be there for Christmas. Imagine introducing him to your family." I think I'd fit in with the Aussies just well. I think they'd like.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'll fit in. You're basically a bogan, so you'll do fine.
And I'll keep saying "crikey, mate" after everything I say, and I'll fit in just fine.
You would definitely not fit in then. They would just.
Yeah, you'd end up getting murdered.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get murdered. You'd get fed to the kangaroos.
I'd go up to Mike's grandma or grandpa and rib him in the stomach and go, "Shrimp on the boy-bee, right, mate? Shrimp on the bobby? Come on now."
Well, we now know that Bones will never be allowed to go into Australia for his own safety.
We thought he was a bogan, but it's not gonna work out.
He's not bogan enough.
I think a gringo is more like it. Maybe a gringo? I don't know.
No, you're not bogan enough. You're just not bogan enough.
In Fallout, they call us mungos.
Right. So, back to other bits and pieces, because we've been on for 26 minutes and gone everywhere so far, except towards any form of news or anything like that. And it's like, we have got some news about, because we're going to have an episode between Christmas and New Year. We are going to do a pre-recorded special. I don't know when we're going to do it yet. It's going to be just a bit of a look back over the year. Not just the podcast, over the whole year, for whether you're streamed it or... I know a couple of my favourite parts are going to be over the last year and a bit, because it's a year and a bit ago, thanks to Bones, I managed to hit affiliate on Twitch. That is one of the best memories I've got from a year and a bit ago. Granted, it's Bones, but that's not the point.
How did he manage to help you with that?
So when you're below 50 followers,
hang on. Actually,
hang
on. Leave it.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it.
Yeah.
I want to hear the story. I want to hear the story, but I think that should be a little teaser for what's to come.
Yeah. And this is the thing, guys. That episode, we are going to stream it to Twitch, and it's going to go up on YouTube at the exact same time. So it won't matter whether you're on Twitch or YouTube. It's one or the other. It's there for you.
And we can do Spotify at the same time, right?
Exactly. Spotify, Twitch, everything can just we'll time it so we'll know, the US, it's the exact time that we'd usually stream, and we'll just hit go and it be playing.
Yeah.
Now, I will probably hang out in the chat. I'll just have it muted-ish, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be fun. It'll be fun for you guys. You get to hear a load of fun, stupid shit that we've got up to over the year that you might not have known. Like, there is other news that I want to talk about that was stupid fun. These guys have seen it. You guys haven't yet. So there is other things. It's not just going to be like the podcast or our own streams. It's going to be over the year. Yeah, that.
The wheelie good news?
Yeah, the really good news.
Gotcha.
Just so you guys know, I'm with everyone else on this. I have no idea what they're talking about, and this is all news to me, so be ready
and this is why we keep this shit quiet from Bones.
Yeah. It's really for the best, because I would just ruin
it. Even though you're actually in the channel that we have had this discussion in. But anyway.
But honestly, guys, it's really fun. It's stuff that we want to talk to you guys about. That is not just, it's Christmas, so we're done sort of thing. It means we've got a bit of a week off. It just means some point this week we need to get together to record it, or next week to record it. I don't know if we're doing next Saturday. Yeah, I really don't know. But the one for the 28th is basically pre-set up that we can just do it remote.
Okay. Sounds great, but I do want to do like some predictions like we do with Scoundrels. We're doing it on January 2nd. But I want to do just like what we think will happen for the next year in Swugga.
Yeah, I think that would be a good one, because on that 6th, we're kind of just having a planning meeting here. On the 4th, we've got a pretty big guest lined up, so that might be a good one for that episode.
Now, am I supposed to be quiet about this? Is he or she, they or them, a secret?
It could be a potato. It might be Bones. Bones is technically a special guest because he was asleep last week.
I've been downgraded to guest until I do another three podcast streak, and I can get back as an actual co-host again.
Yeah,
good.
That's the rules.
Right.
That's the rules. We just didn't tell them that.
Let's do some.
We've got some fun stuff coming up, which we'll let you guys know as it all comes out, obviously. But
So let's move on to Swugga.
Yeah.
So, like we said at the beginning, we didn't expect any kind of news. We expected this to be about a 30-minute stream, which we always stretch out. But at the very last minute, right when everyone was sweating and about to start crying and breaking down and calling their domestic violence hotline because they weren't getting their Ahsoka GL kit, at the very last second, for me it was like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. It was pretty late.
It was gone midnight for me. I was already asleep.
Like people pretty much were like, well, okay, I guess we're not getting a GL kit until like, I guess right when she drops. They dropped it. Are we going into GL Ahsoka, or are we talking about other things first? Because I'm not organized here.
It's the biggest news. So
All right. So
or do you want to do the two? Do you want to do the two little ones first?
No, let's just talk about this, and then we'll throw that other shit at the end.
We'll do the kit. Yeah. Because it's the biggest news. So, GL Ahsoka. I'm just gonna, put it out there. I kind of said 17th of December.
You did
the other day.
You did.
So
spot on.
Well,
we'll see.
It's technically the 17th for you when it will be out.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's technically coming. So we'll cover the first bit of it.
What?
She's
midday on Monday?
Yeah. She's a tank that we guessed, an online force user we guessed, and the day she comes out is on the update it is available. So the second that update is pushed, this is why on Monday, and why we said at the end of my stream, I'm probably going to start my stream an hour late on Monday, just so that I've got a little bit more energy to get through. And then it'll be like, I'm already going to say to Bones, when he starts streaming, it may be an advantage to do Aussie mics first. Just in case that kit drops, and then I can say to him, right, I'm going to get on with it now. And then I can log in and we can just smash it out.
It must be really nice. It must be really nice that I had Mike's account so I could do things like this. Now Walprat gets Bane's like 12 point something million account and gets Mike's account for revealing now, and I'm just stuck here with my penis in my hand. watching Womprat unlock.
The other thing is, like, I don't mind you jumping on the stream when we're doing it anyway. You already know that. We don't mind. I don't mind if you say, right, I'm just going to share your screen, and I'll send the blank screen to you. So we'll just use Discord and send you the blank.
I'm just giving you shit.
The other thing is, it's also really, really fun for us.
You know, I've had this exact argument literally happen, let's say 6 hours ago when we were unwrapping Christmas presents. Two kids fighting over, they got these. Anyway, yeah. That was this argument literally happened with my two kids earlier, fighting over the good toy.
It's all right. Actually, me and old man Logan are going to be doing a stream, so I'm not mad. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Plus,
and this is the thing. It's like
I want you to do it because you do YouTube. So I'm really just giving you shit. I'm not hating on you.
The main thing that I've got to set up and got to work out is I've got to have a way of recording the blank, so just the game footage, whilst I'm also streaming not just the game footage. And it's like, there is ways of doing it, guys, but yeah, headache is the word.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, this unlock is going to be massive, guys. It is going to be massive. Her kit, when we start reading it, we are going to have to go slow through it because shitting hell, it is head screwy. There are sections of it where when I was going through it, it's like, what the fuck is this? And there is good reasoning for some of it as well. So yeah.
So Mike,
one of those, we will be taking it slow.
Mike, do you have all the energy and everything so you can have her unlock day one? Cool.
Yeah, I'm sitting on 130 actual tickets and what is it?
They're
131 tickets and 88,000 shard chop currency. So
okay.
Yeah. Day one unlock.
So it's cool.
I'm just not sure about gear. Until they sort of let us know what gear, but yeah, we'll see.
So the biggest flaws in GL farming, I'd say, is the ticket farming, because there's just so many hoops you have to go through before you can even use that GL. So it's cool that they kind of opened up the floodgate on them with the shard shop currency, where you don't lose them. Like Womprat will be able to mess. Womprat, are you going to do some unlocked videos for YouTube?
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is initially record the bodge, the whole bodge job. So I will then cut out the actual proper bits. So it won't be instantly, oh yeah, we've just unlocked each phase, unless it's an absolute piece of piss, which we're not expecting. Because they're giving us the tickets that never go away now, I'm expecting it to be a bastard of an event. I'm expecting it to be, oh, we've done it 20 times, just give me 10 minutes, guys, sort of thing. Whereas, I need, a 5-minute break to let my head recover from how bloody arseholey it is. And honestly, I think there's going to be bugs. Who did we do that was completely bugged out of its brain?
Well, Essex Hammer in chat says Leia.
Yeah. No, there was another one recently. Oh, that was it. When Jar Jar came back for the second time and they completely bugged his event. We still managed it whilst it was bugged. But my God, I was happy that we didn't have to spend tickets on that fucking shit. If we had to spend tickets on that to actually do that event, I would have lost my marbles.
So see, you get to do the hard part, and I get to have fun with him in GAC. Or her with
GAC,
exactly. So.
Now, the other thing is, I've already talked to Aussie Mike about it, is take it as high as we can.
Yeah.
So as long as he's got the R9 requirements, she is a tank.
Yeah,
she is a tank.
I've definitely got the Relic 8 and 9 stuff. It's just whether you can get to relics that I just don't know about.
And spoiler
and
alert,
this is the thing, guys. We will try. We will try.
All right, we'll get into this, but yeah, spoiler alert. Also, the more relic she has, there's some kind of benefit to her having higher. You want her to get it as high as possible in the kit as well.
Yeah.
But let's get into this. We're already 40 minutes in, and we haven't talked about anything but boxing. So,
right.
And Lamb.
So who's reading this? First of all,
You are.
Okay. All right.
It's your reading lesson for the week. What do you?
Fantastic.
You missed last week, so this is a double one because it's a GL one.
This is gonna
So
be
we'll let you off.
I feel like it's gonna be a tongue twister. I feel like I'm gonna be. I don't know.
Oh, don't worry. There's some words we're gonna have to help you with. It is horrific as a kit.
So it is unfortunate that we're doing the kit reveal and there's no we don't even know what the fuck she looks like in game, do we? Like she's not in game. So I wish we could have saw some. I understand that there's some problems. It was on the forum side. That's what they said, anyways. Watch her not even be done yet. Okay, let's get started here. So she is a tank. She is a leader. She's a Spectre and an UFU. She's light side, and her unit name is Ahsoka Tano, which makes her Glat. Glat. I don't really want to get into any much of this.
Is it slippery or smooth? Come on, slippery or smooth?
She's super Ahsoka, baby. She's smooth. She's super soaked. They go on and on about their inspiration. Yeah, we know. We've seen her before. We know how you were inspired. We don't need 16 paragraphs about it.
I'm just waiting for the next bit. So this bit we'll talk about quickly. Number one, Galactic Legend being the third one. Unless you take us straight to the relics, Galactic Legend is not a freaking needed one. It's only for fucking relics.
What are you talking about?
This is the order they say they want you to Zeta it.
Oh. I mean, I thought it was interesting.
In all honesty,
they've never done that before.
Yeah, it's a good thing that they've done it, and they're trying to tell us this is the thing that they think is the important piece.
But as an FYI, guys, I have the Zeta materials for you to do all of them.
Yep.
So don't worry.
And this is the thing. The guys that are going to unlock it day one will not give a shit.
Yeah.
It's already going to be backed up.
Yeah.
When I'm prepping for anything, legendary anything, I prepare to have at least 5 or 6 Zetas. So
yeah,
even I do that. But it was interesting that they've never recommended Zeta order. I could for some reason I could still see this Zeta order being wrong once the community gets a hold of it, and they're gonna be like, "This is not what you're supposed to do." But one nice thing about GLs is, first of all, they are permanent day one. You don't have to wait for them to come out, and they don't have Omicrons. So that's a good thing too.
Yes.
Right.
All right. Is that anything else you want to say about that?
Nope.
No. But we can skip through most of the FAQ because it's self-explanatory. Why there's no Jedi tag is probably the only one that we kind of care about.
No, there is another one that I want to point out. Keep going. You do yours.
Where are the Space Wells? They're the ones buying GL Ahsoka.
Okay, well, I want to see about the Jedi tag. This is bullshit about the Jedi tag. She is a fucking Jedi. That's why she went through the fucking world between worlds. At that point, she confronted her past and she got past it and everything. After that, she was a Jedi to fucking, what's her name? Once you take in a Padawan and you teach her the ways of the Jedi, I don't care if one time when she was 13 years old, she said, "I'm no Jedi." How many things did I say when I was 13? I was telling my parents to go fuck themselves and everything else. So was she. She was like fucking 13 years old. She's now like 45. She's a fucking Jedi. I don't want to hear your reasons why she's not. She's a Jedi in the show. So this is stupid that she didn't get the Jedi tag. It's not because of some other reason. It's because of balance issues. That's why she's not a Jedi. And we already have many, many GLs that synergize with Jedi. That's why she's not a Jedi. She is too Jedi. I don't want to hear it.
Weren't the Inquisitors Jedi at one point?
Yep.
Okay, but then they left and they're not Jedi. She was not a Jedi until the Ahsoka show. I will give it to you. Until the Ahsoka show, she was not a Jedi. But she literally did everything a Jedi does, including like teaching them the ways of the Jedi. Hugh Wang was teaching Padawans to be. It's just Disney wants you to like the bad people. They don't want there to be a straight up good guy anymore. They want everyone to be riding the borderline gray thing. And I'm sick of that. Think about it. Since Disney has come out, they killed off all the Jedi, and now everyone has to be gray. Everybody. And it's like you have to sympathize with the villain. You have to kind of hate the good guy. And that's why most of the shit they put out fucking sucks. She's a fucking Jedi. That's it.
Right.
You guys can say your part now.
Where are the space whales? I think we need to rename Krakens as Purgles. Our Kraken spenders are now classed as Purgles.
I don't get where are the space whales. Like, what does that mean? I don't. What are they saying there?
So,
it's because communicated with them to get to Peridia.
Okay, are they?
Oh well, see, I took that differently. In her kit, we'll get to it, but it does mention there something like all non-summon Spectre allies. So I thought, oh my god, she's gonna fucking call in whales or something, and it would be like a summoned unit. That's where I took that. That there's not going to be any. Don't look into it too hard, sort of thing.
You were expecting her to bring in a Purgle as a summon unit?
Yeah. Yeah. When you read the kit, I'm like,
Aussie Mike, you do understand the Purgles are as big as Star Destroyers. Like the capital ships we use in game. How the hell are they going to fit that in a ground combat?
Starkiller pulls a fucking plane out of or ship out of the sky. Same. She pulls a whale down and it fucking kills Thrawn. Anyway, but it's not happening, so let's not take too much time, right?
So one thing, I guess one thing that would be cool is like when she does her ultimate, if it changed the background and there's Purgle in the back.
No,
or something.
Wait. My point's coming up.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep going down. So get to the can Ahsoka use her ultimate ability? Next one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Going down. Yep.
Yeah.
So can Ahsoka use her first ultimate ability Worlds Apart multiple times? No. When she uses Worlds Apart, it replaces with her second ultimate Relentless Redoubt for the remainder of the battle, as well as an outfit change, which I think is quite interesting. It's going to do a whole JML.
Well, we all expect.
Most importantly, I think here we're going to go from Ahsoka the Grey to Ahsoka the White, which means she's Gandalf. Which means Gandalf is an Ufu.
And you're going to have to pay $4.99 to get to the OnlyFans of Ahsoka to see the outfit change.
There we go, Mike. Had to turn her into porn. Objectifying women is his motto. I'm just kidding. I expected this to be the deal when, she halfway through she turns to Ahsoka the White. I expected that to happen.
I just want Gandalf now. I want Gandalf.
And that's when I thought she'd bring in one of the whales. Would be when she went to Ultimate or something.
I never once expected that, but now I want it. Now that you said that. We need Purgles.
Right. Let's Bones just scroll past the FAQ and whinge about the next bit.
Yeah, I think you guys know what's coming next. Okay? Now I know the names of every one of these new developers. CJ Mouse, CG Mouse, CG Miller, CG Coffee. Who the fuck are you people? I've never heard of you till now.
It's the coffee machine.
Aren't they all drinks?
Coffee machine.
What, Mike?
Aren't they all drinks? Miller is a drink. Coffee's a drink. I'm sure Mouse is a drink.
Okay, I want to say something. This is another reason that proves my point that these new developers don't get the culture. Because even whenever, like, the original devs were around, they had, like, clever Star Wars-y names. And then when someone new would come in, they would kind of take the same thing and, like, they would come up with a kind of a mix of a something that was meant to them, and then also implement it into CJ Crumb, CJ Doja Fett, CJ fucking, I think one might have been Leia or something. Like, there was a bunch of different ones. Now we got Mouse, Coffee, and fucking Miller. This is it right here, people. Every week, I find another reason to tell you this is why we have problems in the game. So if you want to blame somebody, love Meathead. Meathead's a good guy, but then you have DJ Vibe X and these other three. And now I know your guys' names. So now you guys are fucked.
Just to let you know, Bones. Just to let you know. So they made a sentient coffee machine. That's why it's called CG Coffee. And that's been helping them with the coding, which is why the coding is sometimes a bit shit. Because we all know, anybody that's done development knows, you ask AI to write you some code, it fucking breaks. You spend more time fixing it than you do fucking write the code yourself.
AI has become pretty advanced, so I can see the coffee
we've
machine.
We've now got the CG coffee machine helping us in game.
You know how like a selfie stick has those little extenders? I can see the coffee machine growing those out with legs and arms, and 80% of the time the coffee machine's typing on the laptop, writing code for this 10-year-old game. And then, so I'm not going to spend too much time, but like these no-name devs just go on and on about how Ahsoka has inspired them to make Ahsoka. Like, okay, awesome. I don't know who you are, and I know who Ahsoka is, so I don't care. All right, so let's move on, because most people don't give a shit about what I think about that. We're getting into it. This is it. This is Glat, Super Ahsoka, Basic. Aegis? Who's Aegis? Aegis?
Aegis Charge.
Who's that?
Isn't it Aegis?
She's
it's
ageless?
A planet or something, right?
I don't know. She's ageless. Her ageless charge. And it has a Zeta. Final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy twice. And dispel all buffs on them. Gain 5% bonus protection stacking until the end of the encounter. If Ahsoka has perfect defense, increase its duration by 1. That's it. That's the kit.
There is a little bit more to it, but we'll explain this bit first. First of all, most people said, "Oh, the first bit's just Bane." Kind of is, as that Bane attacks 3 times and dispels in the middle. Where this seems like she attacks twice and then dispels. Whether that's going to be a good thing, bad thing, we don't know until we actually start having it happen, seeing how it feels in game. It could be great, it could be shit. We just don't know yet. Gaining 5% bonus protection stacking till the end of the encounter is fucking lethal. That could be really, really game-changing on its own. Perfect defense, we'll be talking about it later. It's going to potentially be a good thing. We've got to see with that how it works. Now read the last little bit and then we can cover that, Bones.
For whatever reason, they did they hit enter 12 times to put this little extra thing at the end. The weakest other light side ally recovers 10% health and protection. That's pretty big. I like that.
Yeah. Yep. So that is just going to keep her team alive longer, which is kind of what you want.
Yeah. I always like whenever it's keeping whoever has the least health. When it says weakest, is that the one with the least health or the one that has the weakest stats?
So the weakest will always come down to the combined health and protection pool.
Like at the start or when she does
the weakest it's
I think it's when she uses her basic it would be calculated at that point.
Yeah. It might be calculated then.
I hope that's the case.
It might be that it's at the start.
I hope that's the case. So whoever has the least total, they're getting not whoever starts with the weakest. So I hope that's the case.
You know how when you're got bounty hunters, you're trying to get up a contract, and the weakest one changes. Yeah. I'm thinking it's something like that.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I'm
because it
hoping.
doesn't say max
Hoping.
or min health. So yeah, I'd probably say it is potential to change.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Special 1, Shatter Strike. Cooldown of 4. Final text. Deal physical damage and inflict target enemy with 2 stacks of off balance until they are damaged by an attack, which can't be copied, dispelled, or resisted, and armor shred until the end of the battle. Light side allies recover 5% health and protection, doubled for Spectre allies.
So, first thing I'm going to point out is the whole team is going to be Spectre, so it's going to be 10%. So, the basic or special 1 gives 10% health and protection back. Again, it's keeping the team alive, really fucking nice, but it also means that you can put other characters with her. It's not necessarily just Spectre. They have left it quite wide. Whether that's a good idea or not are yet to be seen. One of those of that could be a very stupid thing that they've done, but at the same time, they could just roll it back at any point. So wait and see there.
So this is... I'm sorry, go ahead, buddy. My bad.
Go on.
Well,
you go.
Is there anyone in besides Ahsoka, is there anybody reducing cooldowns on this team?
Not that I know of.
Okay. That's fine.
Now,
I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
The other thing to talk about here is 2 stacks of off balance. Now, off balance, where was it? Because I've got a note for this. Tell me what the fuck it does again. Because it's... What the fuck does it do again? 10%.
Padawan Sabine. Off balance reduces enemy turn meter while amplifying Sabine's damage. The more stacks, the higher the damage.
Yeah, so it's 10% damage and removes 10% turn meter, but you lose it when you lose the off balance. Now I remember.
So that goes for everyone who has off balance, or just for Sabine?
That's for everybody that gives off balance. So in this case, it'll strip 20% turn meter, but it'll also give 20% higher damage when they get hit, which is what we want to happen here.
Ouch.
Now,
that's going to hurt.
On top of that, it gives armor shred. So this is very much a versatility sort of special where you can either have higher output in damage, or you can go, I need a bit of healing. And if you don't need a bit more healing, you could go, okay, well, I can just use the basic at the moment. But then you might want a bit more healing. And it's all going to come down to, is the armor shred worth it? Is the off balance worth it? Is it going to be you're trapped behind a specific target? It will become clear that this ability is, if you've got it and you've got only this and the basic, this is always going to be your choice. But we'll talk about that a little bit later because of the other bits that she can do.
So I know a lot of people do it, but I love armor shred. It's still a pretty OP debuff.
Yeah.
I love armor shred, and that can really tear down a team if you're stacking that stuff. So.
Yep, it really can.
Okay, special 2, Defiant Resolve, a cooldown of also 4. Final text. Ahsoka dispels all debuffs on herself and taunts for 2 turns. Dispel resilient defense from all allies. For each stack of resilient defense dispelled, Ahsoka gains 10% defense and mastery stacking until the end of the battle. If Ahsoka had defense up and tenacity up, she dispels them and gains perfect defense for 2 turns. If she already has perfect defense, increase its duration by 2. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to talk about that part?
No, we'll talk about each section because this is a very complicated kit, even though it's not a very big kit.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
So, the fact that she dispels all the buffs on herself as the very starting line to this is interesting to me for the fact that it's clearing her. She is the tank, she then taunts when she's got rid of all the debuffs. that is a big thing for any tank, to just be tanking with no freaking debuffs.
Yeah.
Usually you kill a tank by going into debuff hell with it, and then you go, and now like with VoD you just go, here's the throw, or you build up enough that like everybody's taking extra damage. There's loads of ways we abuse that mechanic. Now, you then add dispel resilient defense from all allies, which I'm going to cover it now because
that's fine.
It's not really covered. Hang on, resilient defense is then the one on not GL, General Syndulla. So it's in General Syndulla's kit, this one is, and it's like, okay, fair enough.
What does it do, though?
It gives 40% or more.
I'm going to ask you guys for every one of these unique buffs and debuffs what the hell they do.
So it basically makes them a lot harder to kill.
Is this the
200?
Is this where they get 200% defense?
That's the one.
Yeah. Okay. I learned something, guys.
That's perfect defense.
Oh, that's perfect.
What's resilient defense then? Is that
resilient defense is the new one for Ahsoka?
I thought you guys had this up and ready to go. Come on, guys.
No, because resilient defense, it's further down, is it? Maybe
it is, but I expect you guys to be ahead.
Because I've only got 3 on this one.
All right, we'll figure it out later.
Well, yeah. So then she's gaining 10% mastery and 10% defense. Now, something that I had a thought of was when it comes to tanks, there's 3 ways that they do the tank. It all will depend on which way they've gone with this. With it being stacking mastery and defense, if they've gone, yeah, you're a health tank, we're just going to see ridiculous health with it, and that's it. If they've gone, you're a damage dealing tank like Balin, so his mastery ramps his damage. Okay, fair enough. What if it's like JTR, where the mastery ramps the dodge?
That's gonna piss people off. That's gonna piss people off, not in a good way. I don't care, even if you want her to be OP. When you start messing with dodge in a game like this, that will really make people mad, and not in a good way.
JTR can still mess you up even now if you leave her too long.
Yep. In
theory, leaving Ahsoka too long to ramp mastery, if she is a dodging tank, that just feels disgusting.
So before you go any farther, as fast as you can sum it up, how does mastery work? And I know you made a video kind of talking about it. It's really long. Like, can you kind of in a quick way sum up how mastery works?
Every single character has a mastery stat when they go to relics. Depending on what their mastery is, then depends on a percentage that they gain. It's a very small percentage. But as that percentage grows, it can get quite out of hand. Like the example we used was JTR starts with 30% dodge on top of what she would have from normal mastery. And every single time that she had the from Rey, she would, as long as she attacked with at least 1 stack, she gained 1 stack's worth of the mastery. So if she had 3 stacks, she gained 3 times the amount. And the scary part with her was she was gaining 10% dodge every single time. So very, very quickly, she could end up in the 80s, 90s, or even over the 100% dodge point. Which is why when you leave JTR too long, she gets harder and harder to hit, and you have to start like going, okay, well, this can't be missed. Here, kill the bitch. And you just start hating her.
So it's based off each and every character, not like what their role is?
Yeah, so if you go into a normal character's stats, I'm going to quickly do it on my screen so I can see it, so I can talk you through. Until you get to relics, you've got mastery 0. The second you start climbing in relics, like relic 5, you've got mastery 25, and it goes all the way up to relic 9. Now, the problem that I'm worried about is if this is like the same as Jedi Training Ray. And Jedi Training's Ray's mastery, it goes increased deflection chance, dodge chance, health, and protection, which it's at 45 at level set at relic 7. It will be 55 at what's it? That is over 15%.
Okay, but for someone stupid like me, let's say I go in and look at Ugnaught. How do I know what is being increased with his mastery? Like, how do you know?
So when you look in the stats where it says base attributes, it says mastery. It'll then say a value, and it'll tell you what it increases.
Okay, all right.
You can't, without actually doing maths, know exactly how dangerous it is. Okay. Unless you look at the stats for it and then look at and do the maths for it, which is why I think it was like a 8 or 10 minute video. I had Egnards on with me. Yeah, we rechecked it before we did the video, and both of us were still confused at the start of the video.
If you two are confused, you know it's
one
bad.
of those subjects that's dull.
Yeah,
it's dull. It's head scratchy. And even now, I still hate it. I'm probably one of the only creators that's talked about it in a very long time. And fuck off. I don't want to think about it. But I am worried that we're going to open up Ahsoka, and it's going to be the same list as on JTR, whereas increased dodge chance, increase deflection chance, health, and protection. If that is her tanking style, this is going to be disgusting.
I don't think they will, though, Womp, on the dodge, because they learned their lesson with Lord Vader. People quit on that Lord Vader datacron. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna do the dodge. I think it's gonna be some just defensive protection or health or something. But okay, I appreciate you explaining that. But let's move on. Let's not dwell on it too much because, like you said, it's kind of a confusing subject. So
I have looked up the resilient defense thing because that's the fake taunt that Mace Windu does, right? And I'm like, where the fuck does that come into Ahsoka's team, right? Mm-hmm. But Kanan also does it. So Ezra, not Kanan. Yeah, Ezra, sorry. Ezra gains 2 stacks of resilient defense for 2 turns when he uses Kanan Legacy, which is his first special. Yeah. So he will get it. Don't know whether he can give it to anybody else, but...
What is it doing? What's the description of it? What does it do?
It's basically it's the taunt that's not a taunt. It's so many stacks of taunt. You take that many hits and it fucks off.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on.
You know Mace Windu's taunt, where he starts with like 3 of them, I think, and you have to hit him 3 times, and then that's resilient defense.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. But later on, when she dispels tenacity and defensive up, she does get what we were saying earlier, perfect defense, which I did know is 200% defense, which is fucking crazy for 2 turns.
Yeah.
So,
and on top of that, it also increases if she already had it. This team is going to be tanky.
Oof. Yeah. That's because, like you said, she's going to be a tank, so she's getting all those debuffs. She's dispelling them. She's getting all these other fucking shit. She's going to be tough, man. Let's continue on. And then after this, we can talk like maybe what you can do against her. I don't think there's going to be much. I think she's going to reign supreme for a while.
Yep.
Okay, so continue. Yep. Oh, go ahead, Womp.
So this next bit for me is what I instantly turn around and went, ooh. So yeah, this is quite good.
And Bane says part of her damage is off her defense as well. So I was thinking when I read this, we can talk about it later, but about putting defense on her mods. Okay, so let's finish this out. Target other ally. So you're going to target another ally. That ally gains 25% turn meter. And if they are Spectre, they also gain Morai's Wisdom if they didn't already have it. until the end of the battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. I know they explain it to us later, but do you guys have Mirai's Wisdom pulled up? It's at the bottom.
Fast speed, reduces damage, and provides immunity to turn meter reduction.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's plus 15 speed, which is pretty goddamn nice. You've just also gained 25% turn meter. Yeah, the fact that it's till the end of the battle and can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented, that's pretty good. That is a pretty good... If that was just the ability on its own, it would still be a damn good ability. But there you go, right underneath it. Yeah. And there you go.
Yeah,
Morai's Wisdom. Honestly,
oh man,
is that a good thing? Fuck yes. If that was the only thing that ability did, I would still be happy with it. The fact that it does everything else.
That's
crazy.
That's crazy. Okay. All right, let's move on. Unique 1. Yep. Daughter of Mortis. Was she ever officially called that?
So the reason for this is there was an episode where it was the father, the son, and the daughter.
Yeah.
Ahsoka officially died, and the daughter brought her back, which is why Morai is so connected to Ahsoka, because it was actually the daughter's bird thing.
Okay.
So yeah. It is quite apt that they've called it that.
I was like, oh, is this a spoiler for season 2 of Ahsoka? I was like, because we all speculated that Baylan was searching out the wife, the daughter, the son, the Holy Spirit, whatever the fuck it's called. So okay. Anyways, Unique 1. This is where it starts getting long. This is where if you want to take a nap, go ahead. Final text. At the start of the battle, Ahsoka gains Mirai's Wisdom until the end of the battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Ahsoka has 100% counter chance and is immune to damage immunity.
Right. So we'll stop there for a minute because that is the biggest part of this section. So at the start of the battle, she gains Mirai's Wisdom. Brilliant. She gains 15 speed. She gains 10% less damage. GL ability, as we know, gives 30% less damage. She's gonna be an annoying fucking tank. The 100% counter chance and immune to damage immunity. There is reasoning for this, but that 100% counter chance is gonna be goddamn lethal. Because that's the basic, that means she's healing.
The weakest
she's gaining
as well.
Fucking health.
Well, not only that, but she's also getting 5% bonus protection.
Yeah.
Every time she counters.
Yeah.
And she's a tank, so you're going to always be hitting her. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing here is immune to damage immunity. Now, loads of people are saying, oh, why? Do you really, really want a tank that's going to be hard to damage getting damage immunity? Fuck no. This is why I'm also a little concerned that they may give her the similar profile to Rey, because they've made her immune to damage immunity. She's just going to be harder to hit. If you could give Rey damage immunity, it gets fucking stupid fast.
I just don't think she's going to need dodge.
Damage immunity.
Yeah.
Rey gets damage immunity. Yeah.
I just don't think she's going to need dodge, man. With perfect defense and all this other shit. I don't think she's going to need dodge. But the way I see immune to damage immunity is that the way I am seeing it is that she can bypass damage immunity on the enemy team. That's not what it means? She just can't get it? Okay.
It's her own damage immunity. She can't gain it.
Okay. Anything else on that part?
No. That is something that is quite important, though, to remember, that she's not going to be able to get damage immunity. So if you could find a way of giving her, no, is the answer.
Okay. While Ahsoka has perfect defense, she recovers 15% health and protection whenever she attacks out of turn, which will be every time you hit her.
So,
right?
So that will then be 30%. An extra 5% on top of that. So she'll gain 15% from perfect defense. Basic kicks in, gives 5%. Or is it 10%? I can't remember now. I think
5% protection.
Yeah, and 10% healing. Yeah. So
yes, if she's the weakest, she'll get it. Otherwise, it'll go to someone else.
So it's healing the whole team, plus it's healing her. This is going to be a little bit crazy.
Like, what's going to stop?
Yeah.
What, does Fracture stop all this recovering of health and protection?
Nope. Fracture doesn't.
Damn.
You can recover health and protection through Fracture.
God damn. Okay. All right.
Also, she's a GL, so it only knocks 30% speed. So even if you fracture her, congrats, 30% speed slower.
That's crazy.
it.
Okay. Continue on. At the start of each encounter, Ahsoka taunts for 2 turns.
Yay! Don't need to explain that bit, guys, but fuck me. You've just read what's above.
She's never not taunting, guys. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Alright. At the start of each of her turns, Ahsoka has offense equal to 35% of her defense until the start of her turn. Whenever she uses a special ability, she gains 6% ultimate charge. So would you already be comfortable saying load her up with defense when you're modding her?
So this is something we did talk about, and Aussie Mike has started to build a kit for. I think potentially having a defense triangle, having a defense cross, putting all defensive primaries on. So those 2 being defensive primaries, having 6 defensive mods. Remember, we don't have a lot of use for defensive mods.
I like it. I have a lot of good ones.
Yeah. So having the chance to use them, you're still going to want speed on her, so you're going to want the speed arrow. You're still going to want everything else as normal. I don't know whether you're going to want health or protection for her yet. That's more a case of what is her highest, so we can abuse the percentage game.
Yeah.
But honestly, just from that alone, there's a high chance I would say that you want full defense set. Also, because even if it's an extra 2-3%, it's good.
Yeah, I agree. CG, please give me a tune that I can put my 8 crit chance triangles on that have 20 plus speed. I have nowhere to put these crit chance triangles anywhere. Okay. Continue on. Last thing. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, on the modding side of things, do we want to do that now or later?
We can do that.
We'll cover it now because it's part of this kit.
Okay.
And it is really stand out at this point.
I mean,
so I've got 2 basic builds that I'm thinking. So one is just the full defense sets, but using protection primaries, and having defense as secondaries. So percentage and defense, flat defense, or a speed and defense set where the primaries are defense. And I don't know yet.
Why speed? I don't feel like she has any reason for speed. Because you want her to keep that taunt.
Yeah, but she's able to do taunts so frequently. It's low cooldown. Honestly, I can
just want to take as many turns as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
I get you.
So part of this is usually the game is how fast can you get to ult?
Yeah.
And this kit is really leaning towards let's make her insane so you can get to ult at an insane speed.
Whenever she takes a turn, she gets 6% ultimate charge.
Well, I think
down a bit further. But
we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, I feel like. So let's talk about that when we're done here. Let's continue on. If all allies were Spectre at the start of battle, whenever an ally is dazed, they dispel it and gain 15 speed stacking until the end of battle. So you don't want a team doing any kind of daze. That's crazy. That's all allies, not just her.
Yeah. So something that I noticed there right away, it's only going to be 15 speed for that ally. So it's not horrific, but that just suddenly rules out so many counters. Because the way that you would stop counterattacks is you would usually daze them, congrats. You're not going to be able to stop the counterattacks. It's going to get rough. This is going to be rough.
I mean, it's stacking and it's forever. It doesn't go away. So
yeah,
that's pretty insane.
Yeah.
But all right, let's move on. Unique 2, Galactic Legend. Really?
Yep.
Who would have known?
This is the standard Galactic Legend one.
We'll go ahead and read it, though. Sorry. This unit takes reduced damage from % health damage effects and massive damage effects. They take massive damage from destroy effects, excludes raid bosses, and are immune to stun effects. This unit has plus 10% max health and max protection per relic amplifier level, and damage they receive is decreased by 30%. So is this the same for every single Galactic Legend? Or
Yep. Okay. Every single Galactic Legend gets the exact same thing.
All right. I don't really want to sit here and talk about that. That's fine then.
Nope.
So here's her leadership. This is everyone loves a good leadership. Commander of the Wayward. Is that her ship? Is the Wayward her ship?
Don't know.
The fuck is
I'd
the
assume
Wayward?
so.
Okay.
Please don't say, oh, well, let's get that ship in, because do you know CG are listening? No. Bones? No.
Guys.
She's not going to be the first Galactic Legend to have a fucking ship. No.
I'm all for that.
It is her ship.
It is her ship?
Yeah.
I'm all for GLs having ships. I think it's time.
No.
It's time.
No.
And that means we'll get Ray 5. Alright. I don't want that.
Guys, burn some pine cones, please. Burn some fucking pine cones. He's being a moron. Please, just burn pine cones. Even I'm going to join in.
Spectre Ally. Okay, so final text on the leader. Spectre allies have plus 30% defense, mastery, and offense. At the start of the battle, all other non-summoned Spectre allies that didn't already have it gain exile until the end of the battle, which can't be copied or dispelled, and they gain the granted ability Reunite. If there's an ally, Ezra Bridger, exile, he gains 25 stacks of Purgle Migration. If there is not an ally, Ezra Bridger, exile, Spectre allies gain 100% max health and max protection. Don't they explain what that means? Why he's included in there and not? Womp?
Yeah, so they do. So something that we kind of noticed, it's a little bit later down as well, so we won't cover it massively here. But they all gain exile at the start of the fight. This is something we expected. We expected them to have some form of exile mechanic. That is a bit of a one, because it's like, okay, everybody's exiled. Now, they gain the ability Retinue or Reunite or whatever the fuck it is. Do not give a shite. Which is good. It talks about it later further down. It is a good ability. I'm not going to what's it. But if Ezra's in there, he gains 25 stacks of Purgle Migration, which means, holy shit, he's going to get back really fucking quick, which means, combined with Reunite, which we don't know the cooldown of, is pretty damn quick. The problem I've got here is if he's not in the team, number one, it's going to be slower for you to get the whole team back from exile. Remember, exile, you only get buffs that you put on yourself. You do not get them from others. So, yeah, you're going to need that max health and protection to survive if you're not running Ezra with this team. Do I think people will run this team without Ezra? Fuck no. So anybody that's going to be unlocking it anytime soon is going to have been big enough to have got it in Conquest.
So somewhere up in the FAQ, they answer why that's in the kit. I just don't remember what their explanation was. But okay.
Yeah, it's because of space whales. Because of space whales.
Okay. Moving on. Whenever an ally with Morai's Wisdom uses a special ability, Ahsoka gains 6% ultimate charge. Whenever an ally uses Reunite, Ahsoka gains 30% ultimate charge. Whenever Huang gains any version of History of the Galaxy, Ahsoka gains 30% ultimate charge. So I want to say something real quick before you start talking about that. This is why I think you don't need speed on her. Because what I'm thinking is slow Ahsoka, very defensive, and then the rest of your team fast as fuck. You see what I'm saying? Because really, I know she gets a little bit from herself, but you're really relying on your friends to get her ultimate charge going.
Yeah, so I agree. The reunite and Hoyang, getting them fast will mean you get an uber fast ult. Having her doing specials, and more importantly, Sabine in TW gives even more turn meter if you've got that army on. This is why I think speed on it is going to be quite brutal. If you can get her fast enough, she is just going to tear things to pieces.
Okay.
Obviously, we'll do testing and whatnot, but and until we know for sure, like, I'm not closing off either option.
Yeah.
It was just I sat playing with a few different, like, hot utils, right? I just sat there literally going through defense sets, speed and defense, and messing with the primaries, and they were the two that sort of stuck out as giving me the most amount of defense. I mean, my full defense set, I think, was like 20 speed slower than my speed set. So it's not like it's a massive difference, but yeah. It might not be the case for everybody.
I think, honestly, you're going to see that it's going to be General Syndulla, Hoyang, Sabine, and Ezra that makes that team so good, especially with that level of call-out.
Right, we're getting ahead of ourselves here.
Sabine gives it. General Syndulla will give that perfect defense. This has been very well thought through as a kit, even though it looks absolutely terrifying to fight.
All right, so they're mentioning Reunite. When an ally uses Reunite, she's getting 30% ultimate charge. I want to run ahead and explain what that is real quick. So
go through it in order, because there is more to do with Reunite yet, buddy.
Because
there is more to do with it.
Listen, because they're going to be talking about Reunite, we want to know what it does. So Reunite removes exile from this character and another targeted ally. It gains 25% mastery until the end of battle and takes a bonus turn. This ability is on a shared cooldown between allies who have Reunite and is immune to cooldown manipulation. So I just want to put that out there while we're talking. So moving along, whenever a Spectre ally has a buff dispelled on them, they gain 10% turn meter and 5% mastery stacking until the end of battle.
So also being ripped off, which my next answer was going to be, I'll just take a team that knocks buffs off her and she'll never have a buff. And now it's like, turn meter, mastery, shit. The way it's also worded, if you knock off a big stack of buffs, everybody's initially going to say, it's 10% turn meter and it's 5% mastery. No, it says a buff. It says a buff. You have 10 buffs, that's 100% turn meter and 50% mastery, stacking till the end of the battle. You do not want to kill them off their buffs when they've got a lot of them.
So that almost goes, once again, reinforce. Like, I'm not trying to be right or anything. I just see that's why I think being fast doesn't matter, I think. Because I keep hearing 10% or turn meter on a lot of things. So
I think that is more there to stop certain teams.
Yeah, I get that.
That is 100% there so that things like Imperial Troopers just don't walk all over them.
Okay.
Remember that we've all, for the longest time, we've all been saying SLKR with Darkside Ray will be the answer. Well, the poke from SLKR is a dispel. So is that going to be a big issue? Maybe. It might be
whether you can out-ramp them.
Yeah.
I mean,
it could be a big issue. It might not be a problem.
There has to be an answer, and it's going to be. We're getting ahead of ourselves, but with Darkside Ray, that's going to leave 2 or 3 months for people just to rain hell on in Grand Arena and Territory Wars. I just feel like that she would be a good answer. That gives them long enough to have fun with her. No one can really beat it unless it's an RNG counter. And then Darkside Ray would make sense to be the counter, but like we said, we don't know until we see it in action. So,
so from just that line alone, I don't think Darkside Ray is going to be a clean counter. I don't. just because of that buff dispelled, because Slacker is going to go poke. Yeah, his ramp may be enough to outramp it, but very quickly you're going to gain... So his poke clears everybody. So everybody's going to be gaining turn meter. Everybody's going to be gaining mastery. His poke is going to become too dangerous to use.
But we don't know what she's going to be doing, and we don't know what Darkside Ray is going to be doing. Because when I read the Balin kit, I go, he's going to be unbeatable. I was like, there's no way anyone's going to beat this, and like 6 teams beat him. You know what I mean? So, we'll see.
Yeah.
How it works out. All right, let's move on. Whenever an enemy gains protection up, Spectre allies gain 15% offense stacking until the end of battle. Whenever an enemy with less than 100% turn meter gains bonus turn meter, they take true damage, which can't be evaded. This damage can't defeat enemies. That's just a passive damage. That's just like where does that come in? Like, how do you calculate how much damage you're going to take?
Is probably going to be based on the protection up. The reason this is definitely here is, again, Imperial Troopers and things like that, because they go, okay, protection up, protection up, protection up, is to stop teams that are just going to hoard the protection up, to try and cheese it that way. So teams like actually Rey herself, normal GL Rey, is going to get punished for it. And it is true damage, so it doesn't fucking matter. Oh, you're a GL, take fucking damage, bitch. That's all it is. Take the damage. Enjoy.
That's crazy. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, we already read what
now,
you might do,
I think because of earlier up, we get the defense from your offense from defense for GL Rey. I don't think we'll get much of an increase on that. I think where that comes in is stuff like Sabine, stuff like Hoyang and General Syndulla and Ezra, because Sabine is naturally very high offense anyway. Everybody's been modding her for very high offense builds. I really think that is going to make her an absolute killer unit. So this is going to make Sabine even more deadly than she has been, which is terrifying to think of.
Question: is there an anti-insta-kill mechanic in this team with everyone together at all?
No. There is no anti-insta-kill.
I thought Ezra might have one, but I don't remember.
It's
Allied
just
Spectres are immune to defeat when he's active.
Yeah.
So, we'll get to that. Keep that in mind, though. I want to discuss that part, because that's the only way I'm thinking about countering here. Okay, so we're moving on. So this is where things get really juicy. We got some cool stuff we've never seen before. This is her ultimate. And Ultimate 1 is called Worlds Apart. So the Ultimate 1 requires 100% ultimate charge to activate. This ultimate charge. Ahsoka Tano gains 30% ultimate charge whenever an ally uses Reunite, 30% ultimate charge whenever Huang gains any version of History of the Galaxy, 6% ultimate charge whenever she uses a special ability, and 6% ultimate charge whenever an ally with More Eyes Wisdom uses a special ability. And what this does is it resets the cooldown of all allies and set the cooldown of all enemies to the max, which can't be resisted. We're just getting started.
So, just off that bit, I sat there and was like, oh, I'll use trait. No, I won't. Because the second she ults, whatever Nihilus has done to your cooldowns is fucked.
Christ.
Whatever you've just done to try and get your insta-kill ready is gone. This is literally congrats. It's over. That is an anti-Traya line, if I have ever seen one.
Well, yes and no. Once she hits that ultimate and goes into the next one,
yeah, she's never doing it again.
Nothing about so you just have to survive till after she's done that, then start your cooldown.
Yeah, but do you really think you're gonna do it again?
In saying that, you can't manipulate their cooldown, but you can reduce yours.
Yeah.
Okay. That's because maybe there's gonna be some kind of crazy trail lead GL team. Like I'm excited to see how this works.
Maybe. Next.
That's crazy. I had something to say about it, but now I don't remember. Okay, Spectre allies.
Boy.
Spectre allies recover 50% health and protection. Remove exile from a random ally, and a random Spectre ally who didn't already have it gains Morai's wisdom until the end of battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Ezreal gains 10 stacks of Purgle Migration.
Yeah. So this is very, very basic what it actually does. It's literally get somebody out of exile. Now, we already know that the Reunite removes 2 people from exile. So this is effectively at least 3 people are out of exile by the time this has happened. Ezra could potentially take himself out because of Purgle Migration by this point.
Well,
honestly,
no, you would be up to 4 by then.
Yeah.
So Reunite is whatever you get it as a special buff, I'm guessing.
Yep.
The character that uses it plus a target gets it removed. Ezra will basically remove it from himself from all the Purgle Migration. And then when you use ultimate, you would just pick the other, like, one who isn't.
Yeah.
Who still has exile.
Yeah. So you'll only have one without exile. One with exile still. And yeah, honestly, this is fucking big. It is really big. So, yeah. This is one to just watch out for. The gaining Morai's wisdom as well. Yeah, it's just adding to the issue.
Okay. Alright, let's move on. Target enemy is exiled for 2 turns, which can't be copied, dispelled, or resisted.
Yeah. So basically, bye-bye buffs.
So you have to get it to 100% first. Then you use it. Then the next time it comes around, you get 3, I think is what it's about to say. And it's a whole new ultimate, which is kind of cool. We have not seen this yet. So once you do this first part we just read, the ability then transforms into Relentless Readout. So this is ultimate number 2. Once again, we've never seen this before. I think this is setting up for a Revan Reborn, because I've been saying this is going to happen with a Revan GL. Just saying that he's going to have 2 ultimates. So Relentless Readout, final text, requires 50% ultimate charge to activate. The ultimate charge, Ahsoka Tano gains 30%. Is this saying what we got last time? Okay, we don't need to read this. This is just telling you how she gains ultimate charge, and I don't think anything changes there.
No, nothing changes.
The other strongest Spectre ally gains Deflective Ward, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented until the end of the encounter. I want to say what that is. Deflective Ward is damage received is reduced to 1. That's huge.
Yep.
Basically, Ahsoka's going to get her damage immunity.
Which is like Rey, right? That's how GL Rey works for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this goes the second it gets hit.
In her ultimate, Rey would have this, basically.
Yeah. When an ally with Deflective Ward takes damage from an enemy, Deflective Ward expires, and the enemy who damaged him is inflicted with 2 stacks of off balance for 1 turn, which can't be resisted, and if they weren't stealthed, Deflective Target. Do we have that?
Yeah, further down
as well.
So Deflective Target, Ahsoka can ignore taunt effects to target this character and takes a bonus turn after using an ability while targeting this unit, dispels if this character stealths. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. When Ahsoka uses an ability during her turn, Deflective Target is removed from the target enemy, and Ahsoka takes a bonus turn. If the target did not have Deflective Target, it is removed from all remaining enemies. Ahsoka can ignore taunt effects when targeting enemies with Deflective Target. I think it's kind of telling what we just said. Whenever Ahsoka is damaged by an enemy, at the end of that turn, she dispels Deflective Ward from a random ally. Alright, hold on.
Yep.
Excuse me.
So, it's basically, if you don't get to use Deflective Ward, congrats, it's gone. From one of you anyway. It may carry if you've got it across a few. it's also saying you're gonna fuck yourself by attacking it once she goes into ult. So yeah,
Okay.
enjoy.
So when you get to 50% ultimate charge, Ahsoka recovers 25% health and protection, and all light side allies gain 10% mastery until the end of battle.
The only thing I'm going to add to that, what you've just said, is if you are at 50% and you use ultimate, that's what you get.
Yeah.
You don't automatically get that.
Yes. So here's my question. So we're going to go to, there's intervals of 50%, 75%, and 100%. Are you going to get, let's say you use it at 100%, are you going to get all those other benefits from 75% and 50%?
No.
I think you do. Are you sure?
If you read it, it'll tell you why.
Okay.
They're just a stack on each other.
Okay. All right. So at 75% ultimate charge, Ahsoka recovers an additional 25% health and protection. But right there, it says you get an additional. So that tells me you're getting everything in the 50% as well as the 75% because you're getting an additional.
I really hope not, because if this is the case, yeah, you're going to be over 100% health.
Because they want to give you incentive to go to 100% to keep holding out. I'm going to say I think you get everything if you do 100. I think you get everything plus if you go higher. But anyways, let's continue on. So 75% ultimate charge. Ahsoka recovers an additional 25% health and protection. And all light side allies gain an additional 20% mastery until the end of battle. The strongest and weakest other Spectre ally who didn't already have it gain deflective ward, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented until the end of the encounter. You then inflict ability block on target enemy for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. 100% ultimate charge. Ahsoka recovers an additional 50% health and protection. All light side allies gain an additional 30% mastery until the end of battle, and all other Spectre allies who didn't already have it gain deflective ward, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented until the end of the encounter. Inflict ability block on target enemy for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. Alright, what do you guys think
I'm
about that?
just finding something here, because if it is cumulative, holy shit.
Yeah.
I also want to say that's the end of the kit. Everything else is explaining.
Do you want to know how terrifying it is if it's cumulative? So my Padawan Sabine is at 1-8 offense. Really fucking low. So, Mike, what's your Padawan Sabine's offense at?
Keep talking.
Yep. So
I'll find it.
So this is just a rough Relic 7 Sabine. Now,
what am I looking at?
It's physical or what's it offense, whichever's higher. I think she's
damage?
Physical. Yeah, physical damage, yeah.
8631.
8631. So she ults at 100%. You double it. She'll be at 16k damage. From 1 ult at 100%.
So
how much did you say yours was?
Mine's 1.8, but mine's not even relic yet.
Okay.
So unrelic, level 4-star, 1.8. I'll be at 3.6. It's gonna hit like a freight train if that's the case. I did not realize just how scary that ult is. If that is the case, like, her mastery is just going to go straight through the roof. And her mastery is damage. Critical chance, critical damage, and actual damage. Her damage will be 100% bigger. Her critical chance would be plus 85%. And her critical damage would be 120%. Like, mine's sat at 180 now. 300% critical damage? That is going to be disgusting.
Yeah.
That is going to kill things by accident.
Okay.
It's going to be, oh, I need to get protection. Oh shit. I did a basic.
Okay, so this is the end of the kit. that's a lot. Like, I don't know what to expect. This is something where we're going to have to see it in action for me to understand it. Maybe there's others that just know exactly what the fuck's going to happen. This is... It is rather a more simple kit than most GLs, but it's not because of all these fucking Purgle migrations and exiles and readout and fucking... Like, there's so many unique fucking things being thrown around, and the prerequisites for it, obviously she's going to be insane, but I don't know what the fuck to expect. So here's something in perspective. Think of Jabba on defense on Grand Arena. Still to this day, him and Leia are some of the best defenses. Even some of the best people have to two-shot Jabba, because you might want to save Slacker or JMK or something for another counter. So Jabba's still really tough to take out, and he's an old GL. Think about what you're going to have to do for her. Like, you're going to have to 2 or 3 shot this. I think you're going to have to take out, like, I think your first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to try to take Ezreal out with some kind of team. What do you guys think about Balin? Because I'm sitting here thinking, what team just does pure damage without relying on debuffs or buffs? And, like, do you guys think Balin could take out a couple ads?
I think for a while she's going to be a multi-shot issue. You're going to have to multi-shot it. It doesn't matter how big your account is, unless you're running the mirror. And why would you take it off defense knowing that it's going to be a multi-shot issue? So I think that's the first thing here to take in. The other thing that I've actually got a little bit of a worry about is actually in the FAQ, because it asks why is she not a tank? And it's because she's got an acrobatic style, which is why I'm so worried that they are choosing that route for her, and she's going to be a dodge tank.
I thought she is a tank.
A taunting tank, he means.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, gotcha. A taunting, dodging tank. Because
but she does give out taunt.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying... I just think that's too crazy. They mention about I think that's too insane. Style. Every time someone takes a turn or something, you're getting crazy percentages of health and protection back. Like, constantly. All the time. You're getting perfect defense, which gives you 200% defense. I just don't think that's necessary. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying the outrage that will come from the community if she can dodge on top of all of that, I think that's too much. Also, in the FAQ, I've already turned it off. They said, like, there was some, maybe I can pull it back up.
I'm looking at it now. So what
there's something that they're like, well, why can't she do this? And they're like, well, on top of that, she would just be crazy. I don't remember what it is.
That's the damage, the immunity from damage immunity.
Yeah.
They said that if she had that, it'd be fucking nuts. So to balance reasons and not letting her be able to gain damage immunity.
So if damage immunity by itself makes her nuts, doing dodge, having increased dodge is way more broken than her having damage immunity. So I just don't see her dodge being increased. I'm not saying you're wrong, because none of us know. But I think that's too crazy, man. I think it's too crazy.
It's one of those where it's like, the only concern I have is because they mention about an acrobatic style, and like it points to not your generic tank. And not your generic tank in this one is the dodge tank.
Yeah.
With the amount of health regen, I'm wondering if she's got a really low health pool. Because that would be the counter to it, is have a low enough health pool that when you do land those hits, they land and they do a lot of damage.
So I think you're confused, Womp. So the question is, why is she a tank? While Ahsoka can always put up a fight, this version is more wise and stoic. The game also has already has multiple versions of Ahsoka that are all hard-hitting attackers, so we enjoyed a new evolution of this beloved character. Is that the one you're thinking?
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe it's just... It is a concern. I'm really hoping I'm wrong. Really hoping I'm wrong.
So, So, like everyone else, I'm sitting here thinking, like, how are you going to take her out? You know? So, what are some high-end, huge damage? I'm thinking true damage, damage dealers that don't rely on buffs or debuffs really, or at least debuffs, because you don't want to debuff this team. I don't remember Bane's kit, but I'm thinking it's going to be a double tap issue until like there's an official counter. So remember we talked about Ezreal keeps you from insta killing. So I'm thinking you take Balin in because he does insane damage to GLs. Like JMK's one of the more tankier teams in the game, and he just deletes them with 3 characters. So I'm wondering you don't take in Balin, get rid of Ezreal, maybe one other. Maybe you can get all the ads. Maybe you can do the Jabba thing where you take in Balin, get rid of all the ads, and then you clean her up. But if you could at least get rid of, and maybe there's lesser teams. I'm not saying, this is what I'm thinking. There might be lesser teams you can do this with, because I'm not a theory crafter. But if you can just get Ezreal out in the first match, and then go in with someone like JMK, and because they can do some pretty massive damage with Cat. Because you could also, so once Ezreal's out, you go in the second battle, you can then insta-kill people. And then you can, if you can get down to her, I'm talking about Ahsoka, I mean, you could probably hit auto, and they're going to be doing some massive damage. But it's got to be someone who does a lot of true damage, I feel like. But what's your guys' theories on some counters?
So, initially I was like going, Trey won't work, this won't work, that won't work. And I just decided, you know what, let's think about potential counters. And it's like, if you can stun them, you've got a good potential. And then my brain just went, hang on, Tuscans. And you start thinking about it, and you think, that's crazy. But hang on, they are not immune to stun. The only one that is Ahsoka. So you could end up stunning the rest of the team out. So it's like, maybe they've got a chance at creating a 2-shot that is cleanable. And if that is the case, holy shit, a cheapy Tuscan team that doesn't really see the light of day. Because that could be fun.
Because that's what we're doing with Jabba. This kind of makes me think of Jabba, where you use your Night Sisters, which I'm not saying Night Sisters are bad, but it's a team you can burn to get rid of the ads, and then you take another team in and take out the GL. So I feel like that's where we're going with it. I just don't know what teams. It would be interesting. Tuscans, not a lot of people, like a lot of in-gamers have them, but not a lot of people do have them. They just released an LSB, so I don't know their kits, but it would be interesting if you could do the Night Sister cheese like you do with Jabba, and get rid of the ads, and then maybe clean it up. But I do not see a one hitter quitter at all at this point.
Yeah,
is the CM Malakos team going to be able to do anything?
No, it's going to get absolutely trounced. There's bits in there that shut down that kit. Which one is it? One of the uniques that basically, yeah.
Rayrock says gas does true damage. I just don't see that team. Maybe that team could do what I'm saying, kill out the ads. Okay, Mary J, but there's a few counters for Jabba and Leia, but once you start putting down Jabba, Leia, Great Mothers, you start running out of, you got to save some teams. I'm not saying I don't have faith in anybody. I know that the brains will come up with something. But once you start laying down these OP teams on defense, you start running. If you want to start full clearing, you're going to run out of options. Because you could, I don't think there's a lot of answers. You're going to have to double tap this for a while. I'm not saying there's not an answer. Yeah. We're just sitting here spitballing.
I think give it a few days and we'll start to get theory answers. When she comes out, very quickly we're going to start seeing videos of this counters it, this counters it, this counters it. What you've also got to remember is Ezra is GAC. Is it General Syndulla has stuff for GAC as well? Just double checking now.
Syndulla's TW, isn't she?
General Syndulla is TW. Sabine is TW.
Mary J, we're having a fucking discussion. We're not saying any of this is going to be the case. We're just sitting here talking. I'm not saying she won't have a good stand, that she will. I'm not saying she'll be unbeatable or that she will be easily counterable. I don't want her to be one-shotted. If I'm going to put this many fucking R9s, this many fucking marquees, I want you to have to two-shot her for a long time. I don't want there to be a one-shot. As a free-to-play player, as someone who isn't getting her day one, when I see her on there, I want it to be hard for me. And when I get her and I put it on defense, I want it to be hard for that person. I want it to shake things up, and I really want it to make you determine, like, God damn, what am I going to use here? And I get that you Kyber 1 guys, I guess, can one-shot everything with no problem, whatever. I don't have every single team. So, but I still want it to be a problem. I don't want there to be an answer like that. And I think she deserves she deserves to be fucking scary for at least 6 months. Then you can release a conquest lifter that counters her hard, whatever. But I don't want her to be easily countered right from the get-go.
Yeah, so the major thing here is it's like the gas thing was just brought up. He armor shreds and he dazes. The daze gets dispelled. They gain turn meter and they gain offense. Which is why I don't think gas is going to be a clean counter. And the major part here is we won't be able to... We won't know much until the first round of GAC with her. Now, if it comes out early enough on Monday, you are going to see people that will wail, that will get her up, and it will be in the last week of this round. Now, that is what I would love to see for Aussie Mike's account, is that we get her straight to R9, and honestly, we chuck her on the south wall. You don't use her for the first, at least, the full round of 5v5s, so that we get data. And this is the important thing here, is we won't know until we get more time with her. We won't know what the counters are. And honestly, it's majorly important to actually start throwing these things out, to start looking at it. Because the other thing is, yeah, I'm going to be watching Arnold Tester day one. You guys know I do. I always sit there. I watch it. The other thing is, Ezra will not have his armies on. So, instantly, the team is a lot weaker. Again, it goes into TW. Sabine won't have her shit on. General Syndulla won't have her shit on. Congrats. It's completely different in TW again. And TW, yeah, it gets leaked months and months down the line. But what you've got to remember here, guys, is until we see her in game, we can't fully decide how good is this team, where is our potential problems, where is the issues going to be, what can we do here, what can we do there, and we just have to see what happens. It is major that she is coming to this game. I think at least this round of GAC, that isn't going to be true answers. People are going to multi-shot it. People are going to have to rip the team to pieces just to get through a wall. I think going to be
looking at it, even if you were to get that TW Omicron for General Syndulla, you get another 100% counter chance for all allies.
Yeah.
Or Spectre allies, sorry. So not only is she going to be counter-attacking, so is everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is why I think this team is going to be very scary, very good on defense for a good while. Do I think we'll get counters very quickly? Yes. I think somebody and this is why I watch the Swugger.gg so carefully. I will look for who's put her down on defense. I will look at all the battles. We'll probably do it on the Thursday stream after this bloody where we'll sit down, we'll pull it up, we'll look at the first round's worth, we'll look at all data and we'll go, well, actually, these are teams that potentially may work now. But the major thing here is we're going into 3v3s. We really don't know in 3v3 who's going to be the best option. But honestly, I think the team that we're going to see is going to be Hera, it is going to be Sabine, it is going to be Huge Wang, it is going to be her, and it's all going to be then, oh look, put Ezra with them, and you are laughing.
Okay, so
and
as another,
I honestly think it's going to be scary for a good while.
As another side in TW, with Padawan Sabine's Omicron, whenever Spectre Ally loses Exile, which we've just said, basically the whole team's going to have it by the time Ahsoka gets to Ultimate, they gain 300% offense for 2 turns. So what we figure out for GAC is going to be completely fucking different to what TW pulls out. So, cool.
And honestly, I am so happy there is no Datacron for it yet.
You know the next thing is going to be Spectre allies. Not her specifically, but it's going to uplift Huge Wang or General Syndulla or maybe even Chopper or something. Maybe like a lesser one, but you know Spectre allies is up next. They do it every fucking time.
Which
the
is the thing.
Expires on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Oh, does it? Yeah, it's coming. Just in time.
This is the thing. I am already very prepared for tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Monday, being where we get more information. We're going to get posts about the data disks, not data disks, Datacrons, because they've got to be loaded in. This is their last load-in before Christmas. This is their last load-in for this year.
I didn't even see any information on the mercenary ones. I think you just said they were in game and fucking here they are.
Yep. And this is the thing. They did bring it out, but they brought it out about 2 hours after the update when we already had all the information because people farmed it in game.
Yeah.
And it's the problem for me this time is I'm that close to Jabba. Can I afford to give up 4,000 of the shard shop currency? Right now, no.
So I want to touch on a few things. First of all, I'm seeing a lot of questions on what is her team going to be. Let's say 3v3 and 5v5. So 5v5, I think everyone agrees it's GL Ahsoka, General Syndulla, Huge Wang, Ezreal, and Padawan Sabine, which I call Padaween. Right?
Yep.
That's 5v5. Yeah. I don't know 3v3. What do you guys think about 3v3? I'm guessing you would use General Syndulla and 2 other Spectres, and you're going to break it up. But what's the Ahsoka team going to be? And remember, Chopper and Ahsoka Fulcrum have the Spectre tags. And I think that's more for 3v3. Yeah. Because I think you're going to want to... Because General Syndulla's leadership is really good. So she's going to be a good 3v3 team. And then you're gonna have GL Ahsoka as well.
In threes, I can see that they're going to try and create 2 teams. One of them's obviously going to be General Syndulla lead. One of them's going to be What's It lead. What comp that is, I don't know yet. I think, honestly, you're going to have Ezra Bridger with Ahsoka to avoid the detriment of What's It? Yeah. So it just makes that team even more annoying. Whether it's Sabine Chopper, Sabine Zeb for the other one, we won't know. We need data on it. I think a lot of the time we're going to have to literally see what happens. But I think overall you need Ezra. You're probably going to want Huge Wang in there because Huge Wang has call-outs in his kit specifically for Ahsoka. So that 30% is not to be sniffed at. That is going to get you to your ultimate bloody damn quick.
Yeah. I think Yeah.
That's
The
where
only
I think that 3 is going.
The only caveat is that Ahsoka Fulcrum, I think, could be quite. Could you imagine her also being on the team with, like, because she has retribution? Yeah, could be quite a powerful team and annoying just to have her like sitting there as well. But I think Huge Wang definitely needs to go with Ahsoka, the GL Ahsoka, and Ezra sort of makes sense because he's the lifter, right? So then you'd have General Syndulla, Pancakes of Bean, and I guess Fulcrum then?
Yeah. It's all going to depend because you've also got the shout outs for Zeb. So you could potentially have Zeb in there. It's going to be one of those where we haven't had a 3v3 with him right yet. When we get that 3v3, again, it's going to be watch the information on it, watch the data on it. I don't think we're going to see a lot of data for Ahsoka this time round. I'm really hoping the game update is when they said on the timing. So that TikTok post would put it at a 4 p.m. upload.
Okay.
So I would
4 p.m.
just be
what time?
4 p.m. UK time, which is 12 noon PT Pacific time.
Yep.
So it'll be just after. Well, it'll be in an hour's time, so it'll be like 2-3 in the morning for you.
Yeah. Which, I'm not going to be on. You can go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about release and event. When's the last time they released even the smallest update without a bug? The smallest update without a bug.
A while. Now, everybody's panicking. Oh, this is going to be a dub running. They're done. They go on holiday on the 18th. This is dropping on the 16th. They've got 2 days to try and do bugs. I can quite see this as being all hands on fucking deck. Everybody get onto the bugs.
We will see, man. We will see. But, like, there's a lot of modes. There's a lot of things that don't get released till, like you're saying, Datacrons and stuff. When do the Datacrons get released? What date?
Well, the app will have to be in game this Monday.
Yeah. But Christmas Day, the old set disappear. So a couple of days overlap to have all 3 active at once. But,
yep.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you now, they're not going to fix shit in 2 days. I think they're going to have some people on call. They could probably work from home. I don't know how. There's only one laptop at the company, so I'm sure they can work from home. But they've got to, or they may not care enough and just be like, "You guys deal with it for 3 weeks, and we'll come back and deal with it then." But you guys know there's going to be stuff that might affect things in the game you never thought of. Just like when General Syndulla came in, there were characters and ships that weren't cleansing just because of perfect defense or something like that. You know what I mean? There is going to be something game breaking and when they come back, the fucking game is going to be on fire. You know it's going to happen because there hasn't been I haven't seen just a nice steady update that comes out and everything's fine in over a year. You know something's going to happen. You know something's going to. Do you disagree?
Well, they released Hera's the first one that just failed out of these new the Spectre team. Like Padawan Sabine's new mechanic stuff's been fine. Ezra's kit's been fine.
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
It could be just the team itself. Just the team itself. Something could happen. It may not affect the rest of the thing, but
they're absolutely going to use us as testing for the first 3 months, and then go, this is probably a bit fucking tough. We might change something. but
it's just my tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be more than that, though. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I just see disaster looming. I'm excited for her. I've been excited for however many months. What is it, 6 months that we've been working up to this? I'm excited for her. I'm doing pretty well free to play. I'll be getting her. I'm just at the mercy of farming the marquee characters free to play, so I'm waiting on the other 2 to come out, 2 or 3. So I'm all in on her. I think it's going to be fun. I want her to be insanely OP, but she needs to be able to be 2 or 3 shotted, whatever. I just think there's going to be some unintended consequences that they never foresee, and it gets worse, and it gets worse, and it gets worse because it's not the guys that have been here for 9 years. They're all gone, and the only one that's still here that is upper management now is a guy that used to be a community manager who had not really any hands-on experience with coding or anything else. He was just a community manager. So just because he's been around for a while doesn't mean he knows what he's doing. And I love Crumb. He's fucking awesome. I just want to pinch his cheeks and give him a kiss on his forehead. I fucking love him, but he's the only OG around, and I see disaster looming. But that's all I gotta say. I just be ready for that, everybody. Be ready for some crazy shit in the next 3 weeks.
And honestly, this is the last big update before Christmas. We know full well next week we're probably going to be talking about all the bugs, the event, and everything else. It's not exactly a long process. It's just going to be, we might have to live with a few issues. Honestly, I don't want that. I hope it is a clean launch. I'm really hoping that they do well with it, simply because it's one of those. And as it goes, yeah, it is going to lead into the Christmas break. It is going to be a very good thing to lead into because it means, yeah, it's the start of Conquest over Christmas, which sucks, but yeah. It's going to be a bit weird. And I agree, a lot of the devs we don't hear of. We don't know exactly how long a lot of them have been there. And I know that Miller has been there a very, very long time. Because there was a post, when was it? It was like 2018.
So DJ VibeX has just been here for 8 years? No, that's not true.
He could have been.
There might be a couple.
He could have been.
I'm still not going to shut up about it because things are different than they ever have been. The game is in the worst state bug-wise. I'm not going to shut up about it. I don't care how long they've been here. The game's in a terrible state right now. I love you all. I love Mary J. I love Kate. We all love you guys. But I'm not going to shut up. And
well, honestly, yeah, I agree. There is bugs that need working on. And honestly, I do agree that there are bits that really shouldn't be happening. There should be a lot more testing because, yeah, it's one of those. There definitely is not enough testing of whatever is going on. And honestly, DJ Coffee or the CG Coffee or the coffee machine that is sat in the corner right in the bloody code, please stop making errors. Come on.
Yeah, let's be honest.
You need to be putting the milk in after the coffee before you put the hot water in to stop burning the beans, please.
CJ Coffee's doing code while DJ VibeX is back there doing a DJ. And they're all just got blinkers and fucking lights going. DJ VibeX keeps the vibe going. The morale up.
And the thing is, I've got a feeling coffee's even been around for a good while.
I've never heard of
I'm sure I've seen posts before and taken the piss.
Okay, even if you guys have been around for a while, can we pick some better names? Doja Fett, great. Crumb, awesome. Like, Carrie, amazing. Like, somehow they all seem like Star Wars names. Come on. DJ Coffee. I need you to get something better going. And Ray Rock, I always love you, brother. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave you out. Yeah. Even though all three of you guys are wrong, and I'm always right, I love you all very dearly, and I hold you close to my heart.
You're always wrong, though, Bones. Do you know why you're always wrong, Bones?
Why?
Because, well, we've even got proof that you're always wrong.
Why?
Because right here.
So, you know what? You guys aren't wrong. Because, like, Kate last year was with us on the Three Scoundrels, and we did our predictions, and mine were so bad. Kate's were really good. Everyone else's were pretty good, and mine were just so far off. And then we did one with Shaka where we predicted the GL requirements in mine. I think I had like one or two right. It was horrible. So come to find out, I'm not the Bonestradamus of Swugga like I thought I was. But this year's different. I'm going to prove everyone wrong again.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Guys, I am Relic 9ing the original Bad Batch. After I finish Ahsoka and Balin, I'm R9ing them. So
good.
Then no one can ever say anything. And then I'm moving on to hating on Afra. Afra's fucking terrible. She counters one thing with an OP Datacron.
Don't worry. When he finally gets round to it, we're going to make a clip of him doing it on each one, and then we're going to make a big song and dance about it, and then put it on his YouTube without him knowing. We just haven't told him that bit yet. And he'll forget by then, so don't worry about it.
That's what I get for sharing my info with my friends.
Yeah.
Womp has so many secret Easter eggs on my own channel I don't know about. I just don't know about them. And I'll get flashes of fuck you bones on my stream, and I'm like, where is this coming from? How is this happening?
What he doesn't realize is every time that I'm sending him stuff that he's asked me to build and work on, and it's the same with Aussie Mike. Aussie Mike has learned, check what the fuck I'm sending him, because I will hide fun Easter eggs that I'm going to use at some point. The fact that Bones consistently says that he loves pine cones on his own channel. When you ask him to say something stupid, he admits to liking pine cones.
We all know that. But, like, I would never do this. But if I, like, told Wombright to go fuck himself, my entire stuff would be fucked. Everything would be gone. But I would never do that. I love him. Yeah. He's my brother.
Couple of fun updates for everybody. So, remember, these now go out to Apple Music, Spotify, goes up on my YouTube channel as well. There's loads of places where you can rewatch it. These will all be up as soon as we're able to. We do them after the stream, literally sat here usually chatting, laughing at each other and taking the piss. But yeah, one of those. So they will all be up today. We've got viewer questions to do. It is seeming to be a short stream, guys. But we have got two small updates. We've got two small ones.
Let's get on, because we're already at 2.5 hours. Let's talk about this real quickly, and let's get on with it, because we've spent quite a bit of time already.
All right. Next one is really, really quick and easy. The Hyperdrive bundle for the next month, I think it is, has been reduced significantly. It's down to like $10 US. Even if my thoughts are, even if you don't have it, for $10, purely what you get from like the Zetas and the gear pieces you can salvage, and like, yeah, you're not going to get any levels, you're not going to get any characters probably, but yeah, just the Zetas and that sort of stuff is going to be nuts.
I don't care if you're 14 million. I don't see why you wouldn't buy this if you haven't already. It's $10 fucking. Yeah. The gear.
You also get Chirotechs.
Yeah.
You get like 50 Chirotechs each, I think. Yeah. Which is $10 itself.
It's worth.
Yeah. So.
And you're getting 10 Zeta material. So if you are Zeta poor, well, it's not a full Zeta, but it's helping.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't think even like I said, 14, I don't think they're not going to need any of those things. But you're going to get that lower end gear that you can put into Relic salvage, is what I think would appeal to a lot of in-game people.
I wonder, so when you buy the Hyperdrive bundle, you get a heap of extra quests to complete. Would they be giving you episode points?
Don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
That could be a sneaky little side bonus there, but I'm not sure. I haven't bought the Hyperdrive bundle since the new stuff's been in.
You know, I should probably log into my
never know.
my account that you bought the Hyperdrive bundle for and see what this new episode track's like. When I get more time, I'll spend time on that one, but God, I just think, like, this is already sucks. Then I'm like, God, now I'm going to have to do Conquest when I get to that point. Then I'm going to have to do this. Then I'm going to have to do that. It's like, it's scary. But,
yeah.
All right, what else?
The final thing is the Extra Life charity event. So CG have put out a notice that basically there's 3 donation packs. So there's a $10 pack, $25 pack, and a $50 pack. I'm pretty sure that these are US dollars. We're talking. Each one's got a unique profile picture, and then a heap of gear. Well, not a heap of gear, but like relic gear. The $50 pack does have a couple of Omicrons, and like there's shards for Stat for the Gungans, Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon, Trooper, the new Death Troopers, the new Night Sisters, Shin, Marek. Yeah, it's pretty good kit.
So yeah, even though I'm a hardened asshole to CG about most things, how can you go wrong with this? If you're a whale and you can spend a little extra money, or there's nothing that's worth your money there. There's a lot worse packs out there, and it goes for a good. Used to, they didn't even do that. So I know it's charity, and no one should expect anything back, but you are getting something back, and it's going for a good cause.
Yes.
Why not? So I think it's a really cool thing for them to do that.
Yeah, not only that, but at each, so $20,000 money raised, $20,000 raised, they have some extra events that they'll run, 40,000, 60,000, 80,000, 100,000. So, a couple of extra assault battles. There's a mystery chest, credit heist, that sort of stuff. So, obviously, the more we spend, the more we get. The $100,000 is a 1-day double drop as well, hidden towards the bottom. So
just 1 day? Come on, give us like 3 days. I'm not trying to be negative. Come on, that's $100,000. 3 days, man. 3 days.
Honestly, the thing for me is, I sat there, I looked through it, and it's like, it's for charity, so it's a worthwhile thing. If you've got the money to spare and you can give it to the charity, it's good. It's just good that you're helping them. Now, they've then put in things like, okay, so, we've got this, that, and the other. You've done X, Y, and Z. You now get all this extra. That is also a good thing. I don't mean to be what's it here, and I'm not ever going to say giving to charity is a bad thing. The packs are not great, but you're helping a great cause. CG don't get anything from it. They actually lose from it. So, if you can abuse it, do it.
As an update, they're currently sitting on $16,322. And the actual charity stream is on the 20th of December.
So when is the cutoff for this goal? Like, does it say or anything? Is it after
I'm guessing the 20th?
Yeah, maybe the day of the stream or something. Does it say who's streaming or what they're doing for it? Like, what they're streaming?
Yeah. It just says that CG, their actual Twitch channel, is going to be doing it. Doesn't say what they're going to do.
So usually with those type of events, they'll usually do stuff in game. They'll usually answer strange questions. We've had data slip on those streams, and very big things slip. So it's not just going to be one of those of let's watch it to help. It's going to be, we might as well watch it and listen, because they might say, oh yeah, the next raid's this, by complete fucking accident.
Or it might get leaked on TikTok ads.
Yeah. That's the other thing. We might get a TikTok ad leaking all the information for us.
You might even see DJ Coffee walk by the background on his little stilt legs.
He doesn't walk, he rolls, obviously.
I call everyone DJ instead of CG now because of DJ Vivex. You bastard.
Yeah.
I can probably expect Crumb and Meathead are the big streamers out of the devs.
Come on.
So I'm sure we'll see Crumb and Meathead at some point or another. I don't know. But Meathead streams all the time anyways. I always go watch his stuff. He does, what's that space game? Fucking, I don't know. But he does a space game. He does Magic the Gathering. He'll do some Fallout sometimes. So, I'm sure we'll be seeing him.
As a FYI, last year they said they raised over 80,000, which doesn't get us the double drops, but does get us a heap of events. So
that's fine.
It's assuming they can get back to that. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's for charity, so it's not actually for the people who hate CG. Like, don't feel like this is. It's not helping them.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Like I said,
It's helping them, but it's more helping the children for the hospital.
Yeah, they don't have to give us anything, and people will still donate. So it's just a little incentive, which is really cool of them. I have no hate about that at all. That's really cool. I know I was talking shit about double drops, but
honestly, it's one of those where they didn't have to give us anything because you're giving money to charity. Which, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it anyway. But more importantly, they're not getting any money from it. Yeah, they're getting good publicity from it, but that's it.
Slasher says, donate one light speed to charity.
I really wish we could pick what the profile picture thing we got. Because, like, I want to give the $50 one, right? Because it's, that's the biggest one we can do. But the cat thing, I would much prefer the cat. What's her name's? Padawan Sabine's cat. Over the Convor.
Is it Lothal? Lothal or something?
Yeah. Morai.
Well, it just says Tuka portrait.
Well, what would be cool is like if you got the basic one had one portrait, the second one had that first portrait and another one, and like the $50 one had all three or something. That'd be cool. But anyways,
I just want the Lothcat one, and you can kind of guess why.
You already have one in your hand right now. You got a Lothcat.
Yeah.
Little Abe.
I mean,
he's also known as a twat cat, but that's completely different.
Did he smoke cat meth?
I might try and put it into my because it says to put your allo code in. So I might also say, hey, can I have the cat profile picture?
Yeah.
Instead, maybe see what happens.
If anyone is listening and wants to donate anonymously, instead put my name so it looks like I did something, because all I have is pine cones.
They need your ally code.
Hit me up for my ally code. I will take the packs, no problem.
Hey, I think we're all the same. I think, honestly, if anybody wants to do it and just not get the stuff, you can always put anybody else's ally code. I know full well I will be doing something with it because of certain people in my guild have been really good to me and everything else. So I will make sure they get something. So I will actually do it and use their ally code. If they've done it as well, that's fair play. But yeah.
Okay.
This is probably the only way you can gift shit outside of your own guild.
Okay, so I have a question. Is there a limit? So if, like, I buy 6... Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's what I was just thinking. Maybe I buy the 50 and the 25 so I can get... Well, fuck, might as well do the $10 one as well.
But if I just bought 4 of the 50, am I getting 4 of those packs? I don't know.
Hopefully. Should be.
That'd be cool.
Only one of each incentive tier. Only one of each incentive tier may be granted to each ally code, so you can't.
Okay, that makes
can't
sense.
Double up on them.
Okay. So I expect,
but you can get one of each 10.
Well, that sucks. So it's like if 50 of you guys bought the 50 and put my ally code, you're not only doing something for the children, but you're doing something for me. Anyways.
I've laughed that this person is wrong up at this point.
I'm just kidding, guys. Don't do anything for me.
All right.
Let's move on.
So yeah, that's the news.
Yeah, but awesome for them. I appreciate them. But all right, let's do some viewer questions. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yep.
I got some gack to do.
Let
me guess. We have one question.
No, we had a few through today.
Okay.
All right. So, first question is from TK, and he asks us for thoughts on mods for the new Hera, Pancake Ass, Sabine, Ezreal, and Huge Wang. So,
oh man, I'll let you guys handle that. I have no clue. That's a lot of mods.
Honestly, I think a lot of it's going to be, even though we've got the mods that we've got now, I think offense on Sabine is definitely going to stay.
Yeah.
Ezra is definitely going to stay how he is. I think Huge Wang and maybe Hera could change depending on the kits. It is literally, come on, Cat. Down you go. You can't climb onto the shelf. Bear with us, guys. The void is breaking. There we go. The void is back to normal. But yeah, honestly, I think give it a couple of weeks and we'll have some interesting ways to do the loadouts.
Well, he might be asking just in general. He may not. I don't know. TK is pretty knowledgeable. Maybe he's just asking. You said keep it the same. Maybe he doesn't know what to do in the first place. Maybe that's what he's asking. So
it is majority for Pancake Ass Sabine is literally as much offense as you can find.
Yep.
You want her to be your biggest damage dealer because she does a shit ton of damage. I think Ezra's pretty similar that you want. Just bear with us. What have I got him? Oh no, you want him speed and health. You just want him as fast as hell. Huge Wang is literally as much protection as you can find. Keep him alive as long as you can. And Hera for me is just modded for pure speed. And it's like, it'll do.
Yeah. So
speed and potency, I think.
I'll agree.
Yeah, speed potency.
Yeah. I've got Sabine and Huge Wang, both offense and crit. Hera is speed and health, and I've got Ezra as speed and defense at the moment, with like just flat out protection on Ezra. So that's what I've got at the moment. Obviously, it could change a bit.
Yeah, let me look. I'm looking at mine, and none of them have any mods on them because none of them are farmed, or I don't have Ezreal either unlocked. So my answer is put nothing on them and let them sit until they're farmed.
I think give us like till the new year, and we'd probably have some more specific mods. And obviously, when you split them up to 3v3, we could have a different set of mods because obviously the team will be a bit different with Hera lead versus Ahsoka lead. But yeah, we'll keep you in the loop.
Yeah.
All right.
It's definitely one of those where we're going to have to look at it as it goes. Because once you've actually got the team is where the mods start being played with. Yeah.
And I'm sure Womp can sort of play with them during the unlock and all that sort of stuff. So,
Yep. I'll likely be playing. And we'll likely be trying to use it in the squad arena to see what the fuck it can do.
He'll probably be playing with himself as well at the same time.
No, I don't play with myself. I play with the pussycat. Don't we?
That sounds much better.
It sounded maybe worse.
Yeah.
At first, he said the P word. I was like, okay, that's That's a good comeback, and then he said the cat. I'm like, oh god. Poor Abe.
All right. Second question from TK. So, it's a few questions in one. So, Mike, do Aussies eat emus and kangaroos? Yes, we do.
Which ones? Both?
Both.
What do they taste like? What do they taste like?
Actually, emu probably. I don't think it's a normal thing. Actually, I don't know whether we're allowed to eat emu, but we can definitely eat kangaroo because they're classed as a pest.
I think it was part of the surrender agreement, wasn't it? That you don't eat emu.
I was about to say, isn't your president an emu? Because he never won the war. So that means they run you guys. So they actually eat you.
We've broken Aussie Mike. We've broken him.
Have you guys ever heard the conspiracy theory that like people are reptiles, like politicians and stuff? I don't believe in it, but there's a huge conspiracy theory that there's reptiles hiding as humans or whatever. So watch that be the case, but for Australia, it's emus.
Could do.
Your president's an emu. Have you guys seen the insurance commercial where it's like a cop and an emu? It might just be an American thing. It might be an American thing. I don't know.
I'd say so.
All right. What's kangaroo taste like?
I've never tried it myself, but it's nothing special. It's just a meat that
Hey,
wild pigs.
Do you guys eat the pouch?
No.
Right. I guarantee somebody
next part
does.
Of this question before Bones gets himself in trouble.
Have you ever heard of chitlins? Chitlins or like chitterlings or like intestines. I guarantee you somebody's eating the kangaroo pouch. I guarantee you.
I'm not. I don't even know. But Jack Daniels, apparently there is a an emu farm somewhere in America. They've sent over a heap of them, kangaroos, sorry. And they're going to let the kangaroos go wild, which is a fucking mistake because they literally are a pest to like all the crops and stuff like that. They just run through and eat all the like cabbages and shit like that, and it just fucks up the whole crops.
Now the important question here is: are they more of a pest than Bones is?
Yeah, I mean no.
So
maybe.
I mean, this is probably a stupid question, but I've never looked into kangaroos. So they just eat plants; they don't eat meat or anything.
Correct.
I mean, that makes sense.
And they like boxing people and knocking them out, but that's completely different.
They'll murder you, but they won't eat you.
No.
Jack Daniels asked if I've heard that Xavier Legit, who's a really good defensive player in the NFL, talking about eating raccoon for Thanksgiving. I have not, but fuck that. Goddamn trash pandas. That's hilarious. Yep. I'll have to look that up.
All right.
Next part of the question.
Womp, do you wear a kilt?
Yes.
What do you wear underneath?
The rumors are true. You don't wear anything. It's quite breezy.
There you go.
I wore a kilt to my buddies.
You just don't want a front wind when I'm going towards you. Put it that way.
I'll have my wife find the picture of me in a kilt and have her send it to me, and I'll show you guys. But Womp looks like somebody who wears a kilt 24/7.
So last year I did a challenge with a group of mates because we're all vets. We've all served. We're all at least half Scottish, which is quite funny. But what we ended up doing was there was a 3-month period where none of us had shit to do. And we jokingly made a bet of who won't wear a kilt for 3 months solid. So every day for 3 months I wore a kilt. And anybody that failed had to put 150 quid into the pot per day.
And even if
so it was like, yep, put the kilt on every day. Avoid that at all costs.
Did you have to sleep in it?
Because that will hurt your bank account.
Did you have to sleep in it?
No. You could take it off for dad, but Yeah. It was like every day you put your kilt back on first thing in the morning.
But when you shower, you have to keep it on.
No. When you shower, you take your clothes off, Bones. We've told you this enough times. You're not meant to climb into the shower with your clothes on. You don't wash your clothes in the shower. Come on. What washing machines are for?
Okay, here's the question, Bones. Do you have more than one t-shirt?
Oh, because of my... Is that an actual question, or you're asking me that?
No, like, just because he has a kilt doesn't mean that's the only thing he can wear. He's got more than one thing he can wear. He doesn't need to wear the kilt all the time. It would be something like he needs to be seen out in public with the kilt on.
But you know what's funny?
I'm guessing it would be...
What's funny is I always wear this hoodie, or maybe one other hoodie. I have tons of shirts, but it's always freezing in here. So I just always wear this hoodie. And I thought about that when I put this on. I was like, eventually someone's going to be like, do you fucking have anything but one shirt? And I thought that this morning. It's funny you asked me that. I literally thought that.
The joke with my kilts is I have 6, and they're all exactly the same. You would never know if I wore the same one twice.
And that's why all I have is I have 18 red Georgia hoodies in my closet. You would never know.
That's because if we gave you a choice, you would end up wearing your underwear on stream, and we don't want that.
And you see these 2 hats? I have 18 of each of these hats. So every day, every 2 weeks, or every day out of 2 weeks, I change them. Hutts Hangout, by the way. Yeah, everyone's talking about wild hogs in America. Yes, I live in Georgia, and it's a big thing to go hunt them. They become like a natural pest as well. I used to work...
That's kangaroos.
Yeah.
In Australia, that's kangaroos.
I used to have a farmer who would just... He had like 6 in the back of his truck one time, and he would just bring me wild hog meat. And I think my wife made me throw it away because she didn't trust it. I was all about eating it, but she wouldn't let me, and I was pissed.
All right. So the next question leads on quite
next part
from that. Yep.
Okay. For all, what if you were making the perfect sandwich? What are the ingredients? Bones.
Oh, we know it is. It's pine cones. We don't even have to ask Bones.
Pine nut butter.
Butter sandwich. Butter, bread, butter sandwich. What is it? Texas toast? Texas toast. Like 12 layers of meat. It could be one meat. It could be 2 or 3 meats. But just, it takes up your whole mouth. Melted cheese and tomatoes. Maybe some, if it's the ultimate one, put some bacon on it, and I am fucking good. The more meat, the better.
Okay.
What was wrong with that? I mean, was your mouth not salivating?
Somebody clip it and send it him later.
No.
Somebody clip it and send it him later.
Why? Oh, the more meat, the better.
So much meat you couldn't fit it in your mouth.
Yeah.
It was just
really,
like
Bones?
the phrasing was just so wrong. But anyway.
No matter how wrong it is, that's the motto I live by. So, in every situation, that's how I'm going with it.
All right.
Right. No,
you got anything, Womp?
For me, it's either going to be bacon, sausage, hash brown, all piled together, don't give a shit. Or it's going to be, congratulations, I want haggis, sliced up nice, put on a butty, because that shit is nice.
That sounds
delicious.
That sounds good.
I hadn't thought about breakfast. Like I was going like Vegemite sandwich is like an Aussie classic, and gladly have that.
Don't shake your head at me when you say Vegemite. We should be shaking our heads at you. Fucking Vegemite.
Hey, Vegemite is nice. I've got a tub in the cupboard. You can
I've seen it. I researched it because we talked about this before. That's fucking nasty. But continue on. No judging, but that's gross.
I like bacon and egg sandwich. They're really nice. I didn't go down that train of thought. So yeah, but
a breakfast butty is the best.
The best thing to have on bread, or best is fairy bread. Look it up. Don't knock it until you try it.
What's it called?
All right. Fairy bread. It's basically bread, butter, and then hundreds and thousands or little sprinkles or whatever. So it's like a sweet
Sprinkles of
bread.
what? Sprinkles of what?
Like sprinkles.
Like you put
Do
on
you not know what sprinkles?
Like you put on a cupcake?
Yes.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. What? That with
Mate.
Vegemite and stuff? No. No.
Mate.
You're done. Your answer's done.
That was the dream as a kid growing up, fairy bread. Any party.
Yeah, you gotta be a fairy to eat that shit. Fuck that. That's disgusting. Now, toast with butter with some cinnamon. Now that's good. With some cinnamon.
You're shit on me. You've just said exactly what I've said, but toasted.
No, not sprinkles. Cinnamon is not a sprinkle. Chat, cinnamon or what? I can't make a poll. I don't know how to.
No, you said sprinkle. 100% you said sprinkles.
Cinnamon or sprinkles? Which one are you guys eating? Let's hear.
He did say sprinkles, didn't he, guys?
Yes.
He did say
but
sprinkles.
It's same. Like, it's a sweet thing on top of the bread. All right. Next question.
Next.
From Steve. Daddy Bubbles here from House of the Hut. What Christmas-themed pinecone meal does Bones make?
I think we should answer it before Bones does.
Okay.
So, go on. Ozzy Mike, what does he make first?
Filet pecan. It's like filet mignon, but it's pancakes. Pine cones.
Pecan.
Yeah.
Flaming pecan.
You know Christmas pudding? Bones makes pinecone pudding with pinecone sauce. So what he does is he just puts pinecone in the bowl, grinds up a pinecone and pours that over it. Pinecone pudding.
Pinecone pudding.
Well, I mean, it would probably make like flour if you grind up the pine cone. So instead of it just being like baking flour, it would be pinecone flour. So
exactly, all of it's like the whole ingredient list is just pinecone.
Yep,
that's all going to be better than
Makes
mine,
sense.
I'd say. So I'm going to take pine cone. You know how like you have wheat grain bread? What's pine cone grain bread? And then we put butter on it, and then we put pine cone sprinkles with some pine coney-mite on top, and that's it.
I'm gonna have to. Have you got any Vegemite at home, Bones?
No, and my wife has showed me it, and she's very bougie, and she's like, "This shit's disgusting." I looked at it, and I was like, "I'm never going to try that." But I might buy it for like a redemption, right? Like we did the devil eggs. Maybe I'll do Vegemite sometime.
Okay, all right. I will figure out how to get a jar of Vegemite to you.
All right, I'll try
You can
it.
get it in the US.
Yeah.
I mean, is it expensive? If it's not that expensive, I can get it.
It's not too.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like in the UK, it's like £6-7. So.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll pick some up. I'll pick some up and we'll do it sometime. I'm not proud of this, but I'm on welfare, so I can do it once a month.
Right.
You can order it from Amazon, apparently. Yeah, it's saying everything seems to be coming up as Amazon. It's $9.50 Australian. I don't actually know what that is US.
So Slasher's talking in the chat, and I'm just thinking, going back to your sprinkle bread, I can see you like at your kid's birthday party, and they're all like doing kids thing, and you're sitting in the middle, like with your birthday hat on, like watching the Wiggles, and you're dancing, to the beat of the Wiggles, eating your fucking sprinkle bread, sitting cross-legged with all the other kids, having more fun than your kids are.
Yep.
With your bluey shirt on. All right.
The difference between Vegemite and Marmite, Vegemite is veggie based, like vegetable based. Marmite is meat based. So if you're like vegetarian, you have to have Vegemite, and if you're not, you can do Marmite.
Do they taste the same?
Yeah.
No,
I've never had Marmite.
They taste very different.
Marmite, I might be into.
I like them both.
I might be into Marmite. Maybe I'll get both. We'll look into it. I'll have my wife look into it.
All right. Okay. Next question. How big of a letdown is Glat going to be on release? Whether it's due to bugs or her just not having viability outside of a very specific 5-unit team, or 3 if it's in 3v3.
I don't think she'll be a letdown, but you're going to have some bugs. I don't think she'll be a letdown.
No, I think she's going to be really fucking fun. I think, we're going to have a couple of bugs that are going to piss us the shit off. But the major thing that I'm going to take away from it is what they said back when they released GL Leia, that every GL will have a new raid. So I don't think she'll be a letdown outside of GAC because we're going to get a raid for her. So, one of those.
I have a question. Do you guys think they're going to ever stop making raids, or just for the rest of our fucking lives, every 8 months we're getting a new raid? Until there's 17,000 raids.
We haven't got enough time for that discussion.
No.
I just want a yes or no. Do you guys think they're going to go on forever every 8 months?
Yes. Yeah.
What about you, Walt?
I think it might have to slow down at some point. But I reckon we could be in for a new raid every so often, yeah.
Okay.
I'd say at least once a year. Whether it's maybe like the 8 months period might be a bit too short, but definitely once a year.
Yeah, I think 12 months is better. Like I said, it's a whole nother conversation. But I think 12 months is better than 7.
Yeah.
But eventually they got to quit.
Well, they said that it'll be 9, which puts it in February. So we'll see.
Well, that's about the time that free-to-play players are going to start unlocking her. So it sounds about right.
Yeah.
I agree with Jack Daniels. I hope they get to a certain point and they just rotate them. Get to like 6. 6 is a good, fair number, and just keep rotating them so that you're getting the value of those old investments. But that's
and I think that's definitely the biggest argument for farming those raid characters is that after that 9, 6, 12, whatever period, those tunes, think Jawas, think Tuscans, obviously that the viability of them, they've still got uses, but nowhere near as much as when there's a raid out. So I think it's a bit shit to have to farm those up to like relics to then just not really be used. So I think they definitely need to look into it. But like I said, that's a fucking there's a now conversation.
Right.
We could go deep dive into that and yeah. All right. So final question. I think she'll be fine. I'm expecting probably a bug or two here and there. I'm hoping that it's not in the unlock. And I think it's. I'm hoping that
if it's in the unlock.
No,
it'll just be done for you.
Yeah, but I mean, like I hope for your sake, everybody unlocking her, that it's just nice and smooth, and that the problem is something like Hera's thing where it didn't give one of the buffs when it should have been dispelled or whatever, something like that. So,
I agree.
All right. Okay, final question.
Final one.
Yep. If the Hutts Hangout did a grand arena against the Scoundrels, aka the lesser podcast, how would you match up each person? And yes, Bones would likely be fighting himself. Insert, I'm kicking my ass, man.
Honestly, that's I would see you going up against Logan, Mike. Womp going against Avant because you guys are parallels to those two. And then, see, with Womp having the bigger cat, I would... How?
probably put him as a better chance against Logan than me.
I'm talking about if we all had our own accounts.
Yeah,
Well,
but I would feel more confident against a VoD than against Logan, and I think Womp would be able to take Logan. He would be able to punch up.
Scary though. The scariest thing is my little account has taken out 12 and 13 million accounts.
Yeah. I think
And he's taken them
Womp
out
would have the
one.
brains to overcome the bigger account, and I would just have to get lucky against a VoD, and you would lose against yourself.
it would be a
Which
draw.
side wins?
It'd be a draw, and whatever
Yeah.
GP's.
Well, it's the same GP, so you know winner.
I disagree. I think it would be you and Logan because Logan's. I guess you might be right. I don't know. Logan's mod score is almost the same as mine, and his GP is his GP is a little above yours. Like, what are you? 13? What? 13.1?
Just 13.
And his is like 13.5 or something. So if you're talking about GP wise, I think you'd be more likely to match up against him. But I do agree. I think that Womp is smart enough to punch up against. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't play GAC really. I do it for you. Old Man Logan doesn't care as much, right? He logs in, does the thing, logs out. So I think like the much as you two put into the game, you guys would be the equal match. Womp Rat and Avant are the fucking puncher uppers, right? They're the thrift store guys. They're the ones that put a lot of thought into it and take it seriously. And then you have me fighting my own self. So
hang on, isn't Avant's name in game Team U Womp Rat?
Yeah, he used to be Team U Mike, but we got to change that because things have shifted. In the powers.
We need to set up an episode where Avant comes on, and we have like a quiz between Womp and Avant on all the game shit.
That'd be hilarious.
And we battle out to see who is the smartest of the podcast.
Well, I'm sad because last time we had a team up, I couldn't make it, so we got to do that again. I don't feel like those two can really make it. Well, I'll talk to him about that because that would be hilarious. But we'll have to go on one or the other and try that again. Yeah, because that would be funny.
Yeah.
Womp, did you answer?
Yeah. So
very good.
What do you think?
So, honestly, I think it will just be fun anyway. Like, I joked that, like, regardless of who I fight, I try never to give up. But it's like, today, it's like, I'm against a 13 mil account. There's put all the hardest shit on defense, and it's like, yeah, okay. I've cleared, like, 2 teams. That's it. It's what my account can do. But at the same time, he's not got a defense he's going to walk over with placing that much in defense. It's just like, yeah, enjoy the rough ride. And that's all I'll do against anybody is try and win. You guys know that I just don't give up, and it's like, yeah, there's days where I just can't be arsed with it, but yeah, I think it'll just be fun to have, like, fun-ass matchups.
So, funny enough, all 6 or all 5 of us are in Kyber 2 around the same as each other. So, somebody might get matched up. Mike's account could possibly go up against Wolf, depending on how things turn out today. Wolfie's in Mike's thing, so there's a possibility we can. Yeah. Depends how I do today after stream. So
literally, both of you's won the first round. I had a look, and you've got like a 14 million account, and Wolf's got like a 12 million account. So realistically, it's up to you to win. If you win, you'll go against Wolf, unless Wolf doesn't do GAC.
Wolf is going to.
Well, I was going to say, we're now at the end of the show, so we're going to be saying bye. But more importantly, you could raid Wolf and say, "Don't lose," because I'm not going to.
I already have his name typed in. I was already going to raid him. So
there we go. So the raid message can be, "Don't lose," so you can beat up Aussie Mike.
Well, he's doing TB at the moment. I've been trying to keep an eye on it to see what his defense is, so he can play games. And
hey, no cheating. You can use the Omega bot. Just send me his ally code if you draw him. You
Yeah.
can use the Omega bot, but no cheating.
All right, so yeah, we're about to get off here, guys, but we're gonna raid Wolf. Go tell him, encourage him that it's gonna go down with him and Bones.
Dave Bones is gonna smash him.
Yeah, just talk
Start
about
some trash talk.
Talk about how Bones is gonna flip flop around like Jar Jar Binks and just somehow make it work and beats his ass completely. Whatever you want to do.
Now, guys, the episode will be up soon on multiple places. Have a great week. Those unlocking Ahsoka on Monday, I'm going to be starting right away, so fuck your Bones. Whatever time that drops, I will be on and doing it. So, Mike, you might lose one round of GAC, which is why I'm saying to Bones, he needs to fucking win.
It will be the Wolf round.
Yeah, I gotta do the Wolf round. If it's Wolf, I gotta do Wolf.
It'll be the final battle.
You might just have to delay, which is Wolfie. He's the master of delay against Bones, who is the master of not delay.
Well,
that could be interesting.
When's the event supposed to come in? I thought you said it was going to be like 5 o'clock.
4 o'clock my time, so it's like around now.
Well, yeah,
literally around now.
As long as I can get on at 3 p.m. or something.
You guys can figure that off stream.
Okay. All right. Well,
you can fight over that later.
All right. So yeah,
nobody wants to listen to you guys fighting over
it. Hey, it's my account, Womp. It's my account. You might have to take a break.
The problem is, I'll just win because I'll just make a streamer bot thing that keeps turning the stream off.
All right. Well, with that being said, guys, that's it for this week. Like Womp said, he is going to be unlocking Glat on his stream Monday, I guess it is. Go check him out. Probably around the same time, me and Old Man Logan are going to be hanging out streaming, so you know where to go. You can, go on to Womp Rat, give him your review, but hit mute on him. Come listen to us do our thing. We're way more important than Womp Rat is. Give me the views.
And fuck you, Bones. Fuck you, Bones. Just remember, guys, !FUB works in his chat, and he doesn't know what it actually does fully, so just keep doing it to him. It's fun.
It's bloody broken for me anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't work for you because you're the monitored account.
Yeah.
All right,
but if you go like this and you do it in his chat, it also does it. And it tells him to fuck off.
All right, guys, say your goodbyes and let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
I think that was a goodbye.
Yeah. You
press the goodbye, guys.
Come on.
All right, guys, thank you guys
we'll be in the Discord afterwards, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know Mike, but we'll be in there.
Yep. Guys, appreciate you guys' support every week. It's really good. We grow every week, and we really appreciate you guys. And I love you all dearly, and we'll see you guys next week. And I have 10 seconds of awkward silence or talking until we can raid Wolf. And like I said, go tell Wolf who the real champion is. Bones 88. Peace.
I'm just typing something out first.